Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it. Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side flag. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as could be. You can watch it on YouTube with viewing for free. Ay, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Hello, Brittany. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
We are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, the channel Miami 560 WQAM. I have to say, you know, they call me the creditor, okay? Old Tobes, he gives credit where credit's due. That's what I do.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, baseball. What? Hey, I am so team swing off.
It was fun.
That was
Awesome.
the coolest ending ever. I was sitting here, and by the way, I was completely surprised. I had no idea that they changed the rules.
Nope, me either.
I was sitting there, and I was like, because they had said, they're down to their last pitcher. And I was like, I was like, are we about to have ourselves a Milwaukee situation? We're about to get another tie? Nope. Guess what, dude? Swing off. And I was like, oh, swing off? Really? And not only a swing off, but we got Kyle Stowers in the swing off. So we got to start off local. Now, he took a lot of pitches. But either way, the swing off, genius. For those who didn't see it yesterday, the National League, who has been getting boat raced in this All-Star game for as long as I can remember. They used to dominate it. But since I was a wee lad, it's been Team National League it's been Team American League forever. They were up 6-0. And I was like, I guess I'm done with the All-Star game for tonight. And then I just kind of wander back and I'm like, 6-4, eh? And so I start watching, like, oh, this is getting a little dicey. Oh, it's 6-5. Infield hit, it's 6-6. And they're like, and they're out of pitchers. And I'm like, oh no. They're like, no problem. We're going to have a resolution to this. Swing off. 3 hitters from each team, 3 swings apiece. Most homers wins. I was like,
Awesome.
I think I love this. And man, I loved it because Stowers goes out there. He has to go up against Rooker from the A's, who hits 2 out of 3. I was like, oof. And Kyle Stowers, they go to him. And I'm pretty sure Kyle Stowers was thinking to himself, me? Like, because Dave Roberts is like, I'm going with Kyle Stowers. And they go to Kyle Stowers. They're interviewing him before every one. And Kyle Stowers is like, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty nervous. And you could tell because it took him one, but finally hits a real piss whistle out of the park. Makes it 2-1. So we were within striking range, Leroy. A Rosarena gets up there. He doesn't do so good. He gets him 1. Then Schwarber gets up there. 3 for 3, because that's all that dude does is hit tater tots. And it was exhilarating. They go up there. I forget who dude from the Rays was. He hit none. But that was it. Polar Bear didn't even have to hit. Swing off was over. It was a treat. I love it. We need to do this instead of stupid Ghost Runner. Who needs Ghost Runner? Maybe like 1 extra inning. We go 9 innings. We play a regular 10th inning and then swing off. Just like hockey. It's great. You go home satisfied. We figure this thing out. We play a little fake overtime. No winner. Shootout.
Can I just say this? In all the years I've known you, this has been some of your most exciting moments here over this swing off.
I loved it. I loved it. Who doesn't love? Because look, forever and for always, baseball was stuck in its ways, and it took a long time. Now, I'd still like you guys to ease up on the steroid, guys, but I'll take baby steps for right now. They are doing a lot of stuff to fix the sport. Okay,
Right. Shot
Games
clock, pitch clock.
dude, games are flying these days. Not now, yesterday notwithstanding, that game took forever. But other than yesterday, because they had all these ceremonies and changes and, they were miking up the players. So it was a made-for-TV night. But baseball is flying, okay? And yesterday, they did the second greatest thing. We saw this a little bit when we were gambling on spring training. Well, I was gambling on spring training. Leroy was judging me for gambling on spring training. Last night, they brought back the strike zone challenge, which now I also think I love because everybody can challenge. Pitcher can challenge, catcher can challenge, hitter can challenge.
So what's the penalty?
You're just wrong. I don't know. You
There
just
got
get
to be
two.
a penalty.
You just
So
get
there's
two.
no
Goes
random.
fast. It's just like tennis. They're done in a second. Stowers did it last night. He was wrong. Still struck out. He went boop boop. Nope. Caught a little bit of that edge. Still a strike. You're out, Stowers. It was great. So we got robot umps. We got swing off. We got pitch clock. It's all happening for us, baby.
So needless to say, you were pretty entertained.
I was very entertained.
You almost went to bed though.
It was 6-0. It was 6-0. I wandered back. I'm like, 6-4. What happened? Come back in because I was in my I was watching in my living room, going to my office for a second, do a little typey type for us. And then all of a sudden I'm like back, I'm like 6-4. Thought it was over, baby. Typically All-Star games, they're over. Because you know why? Usually you're bringing in like some pitcher that throws 200 miles an hour. They're not going to hit those guys. Which, by the way, I don't think I've ever seen as many 100-mile-an-hour pitches than I've ever seen in my life. Everybody's just throwing a hundy like it's nothing.
With movement.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how they're doing it, but they're all doing it. Like I saw Chapman up there last night, who has to be like 45 years old at this point.
He's still pitching?
And I was like, Chapman. Remember when Chapman throwing 100 was a gimmick? Like they're like, you guys got to see this Chapman. He's throwing 100 every pitch. I'm like, what? That's crazy. Now everybody does it. It's like the gimmick's over. Everybody's if you throw 96, you're a bum.
It's nothing like an 88 to 90 mile an hour slider.
Yeah, it's
Come on.
crazy.
Jeez.
Oof. It's insane. But like seriously, why don't we bring swing off to the regular season? Who's going to be upset about this? Let's be honest about it. And somebody gets to go home satisfied. I remember having a conversation with Bob about this. I talked to Sergei Bobrovsky about the shootout because I was not a fan of the shootout. I'm like, don't you think it's kind of a stupid way to lose? You have a great game and you lose on a one-on-one. And Bob's just like, and Bob, he's as serious as it gets about his hockey. Won't even barely looks at the Stanley Cup. This man, he goes, it just makes the fans happy. I'm like, if Bob can think that, then I can think it because he's the one who's losing on it. Right. If it goes he's like, it makes the fans happy. Like, okay. If we're just sitting here, if I got Fish Royals coming up on Friday, should we play 18 innings? Should we put ghost runners, or should we hit some bombskis?
It would make the game pretty exciting.
Of course it does. Who hates this? It was so much fun yesterday, and I will not hear anything otherwise. That's it. That was my night.
Wow. Sounds like a hell of a night.
That was my night. Swing off. You're not in?
I'm in. I like it. I like the enthusiasm.
To swing off?
Yeah,
Would this bring you to baseball?
I mean, yeah, I think it would. I watched the end of the game last night, and I thought it was very entertaining. So I would consider it, but you're gonna have a lot of pushback from older fans on that one.
Who cares? They'll be gone soon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Seriously.
Oh my goodness.
They're all
No. Brittany, I don't say that to, discourage people being old. I say that because this sport, especially baseball, has held on to these old ass rules and theories and whatever. Every other sport has moved forward with how they do things. Basketball with now the 3-point shot. You either shoot a 3 or a layup. Nobody wants to see a mid-range, right? Football with the wide open passing, the quarterback throwing for 1,000,000 yards. So-called running back is you don't need one, right? They're all like trying to move forward with different ways to be productive. Baseball, up until maybe 10 years ago, wouldn't even consider it.
Yeah.
And guess what happened?
It was hard to
1,500 in the stands.
Yeah.
Well, that was another strange thing yesterday. Where did everybody go? I was very confused by that too. Did 6-0 just scare everybody off? Because it looked like by the end of that All-Star game, it looked like a Marlins game on a Wednesday.
Really?
I was very confused by that. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, isn't this an expensive ticket? Like, don't you want to stick around a little bit? I'm guessing 6-0 scared everybody off, and they were just like, we saw the Hank Aaron tribute. We're out of here. See ya.
See, if I'm going to an All-Star game, final pitch.
I feel like it, right?
I feel like
I'm the whole thing.
Like if I go to a Super Bowl, final clock hits 0.
I was very confused by it. I was like, where
even
is
a
it?
even a blowout, if the Heat are in the finals and they're getting blown out and getting ready to lose the series, I'm not leaving.
Did everybody
It's
just
the finals?
Yeah, it's like, did everybody just come to say hi to Freddie Freeman? It's like, Freddie, you're back. All right, we can go now. I was like, where is everybody? They kept doing the aerial shots. Nobody was there.
Because I'm getting ready for some morning golf.
When's that starting tomorrow?
Yeah.
On the Shai Open?
Yep. First tee time is like 2.
Where's it on?
1:30 in the morning.
Where can I watch it?
Paramount, is it USA?
Wow. That should be our pick today. We should pick the winners.
Yeah. But you want to hear some crazy golf news?
I saw a headline on the bottom, and I actually wanted your take on it, but let's take a break.
Let's take a break. All right.
Let's take a break because I saw a headline. I was like,
yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
Headlines always brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory. The Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. We'll get to that story coming up next.
WQAM
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Got another pair of Counting Crows tickets to give away. They're bringing their Complete Suites tour to Hard Rock Live on July 22nd. Bless you. And we're giving you away those tickets to see them for your chance to win. Keep on listening to our show for details. We got Rats Off a Ship coming on later today. As this is, we got the ESPYs tonight. You into that?
No.
Not enough Panthers representation on these categories for my liking, Leroy. They're only up for best team. That's it.
They'll win that easily.
I mean, they should. Back-to-back champs. You would think they should win that easily. I mean, who are they up against? They got
Eagles?
Got to be up against the Eagles. Let's see.
OKC?
They're up against the Dodgers, Liberty,
Dodgers.
Buckeyes, Thunder, Eagles, the Tar Heels of
Buckeyes.
NCAA women's lacrosse. Yeah, the Buckeyes for college football.
That's right. They did win a national championship.
I know you don't count it. You don't let them have that one.
No, we beat them.
U.S. women's national team for soccer and the Yukon Lady Huskies for women's basketball.
I said it'd have to be the Panthers back to back.
Only one back-to-back in there, dude. Only one back-to-back.
And the Stanley Cup's the hardest to win.
I was looking at like, hey, who they got for best hockey player, and
Connor McDavid.
No, he's not even nominated. They have Draisaitl up there.
Oh.
He's their nominee. I was like, what? No Sam Bennett? No Barkey? Ridiculous. So what's going on with this golf, dude? I saw something about like some equipment damage or something like that. Can you explain what the hell's going on here?
So it's a major championship at Oakmont, which is considered one of the hardest golf courses in the world. Right? So a lot of frustration or whatever. Wyndham Clark missed the cut, went in the locker room, did some damage to one of the lockers, and left. Oakmont banned him from Oakmont.
For life?
Yes.
Really?
Unless he pays for the damage and goes to anger management. Now,
wow.
Now, let me explain something to you. And it's easy for somebody from the outside looking in who doesn't really compete at anything. Right? It sucks the life out of you when you prepare and work for something and you're not even close. And sometimes how you're not even close is even more frustrating because it could be doing something that you don't normally do. It could be whatever the reasons. And it's frustrating, right? It's absolutely frustrating. So he's not the first person. We've turned on golf and they drop F-bombs after a bad shot, slam clubs.
Seen him break a club.
I've seen break clubs. It's human nature, right? For us to just assume that this human should be different because of the job he has. And granted, it's considered a gentleman's sport. But you can turn on the TV on any Friday or any Sunday when they're trying to win the championship and somebody hits a bad shot and the F-bomb could possibly come out.
I mean, look, I do think it's fair for him to pay the damage.
Right, but to I mean, you're standing on a soapbox of unrealistic proportion.
Right, but here's the thing. It's like, you know, when you talk about this with the whole with the live thing, like they're not employees. So you are a guest at that club.
No,
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
You can't just go Tasmanian devil on their locker room and not expect to pay for it.
Granted, I mean, it like, remember when who was it? Amari Stoudemire?
Oh yeah, he punched the fire extinguisher.
Punched the fire extinguisher, right? Would that be the equivalent of them saying you're not welcome here until you take anger management and repair it?
Yeah, but it's a little different, I think, because they're
Why?
they're employees. They're employees of the of the league. So there's an association. Like I'm sure there's different. Now he may get fined for it anyway.
You'll get fined, right?
He'll probably there's probably a fine for damaging equipment. Like when I think Desmond hell's his name? Dwayne Dedman. I think he got fined for throwing the massage gun under the court, which remains one of the funniest things I've ever
Well,
seen.
yeah, that's basically, but what that is that's under the category of throwing something onto the court.
According to the letter, a ban can be lifted if Clark pays for the damages, makes a meaningful, it's in quotes, meaningful contribution to a charity selected by Oakmont Country Club's board and undergoes counseling or anger management therapy.
That's a lot of stuff, right? So repair the damages, which I agree with. Donate money to a charity of Oakmont's choice.
Yeah.
And then take anger management classes? When's the
How
next
long-
time that tournament's going to Oakmont?
I don't
10
know.
years?
I was just about to ask you that. Like how long until he needs to lift the ban?
Every 10 years.
Okay.
Sometimes if you're, let's say, like there's a rotation, Pebble Beach, Oakmont, there's certain golf courses that always have the U.S. Open. It's been a while since Oakmont, I think 2007 or 2017. So it's been a while. But like, yeah, he should have there should be some restitution, but asking not only are you going to repair the damages, but you're going to donate money to the charity of our choice. Like now you're just flexing, right? This is Oakmont, right? And so,
well, I mean, you're also talking about like a golf board. I picture that as being the most hoity-toity of all time.
Oh yeah,
they talk like this, and Wyndham, and his name is Wyndham Clark. Like, how am I supposed to, like, Wyndham? This is very unbecoming.
Yeah, but and the funny thing about it is, he was kind of displaying some of that frustration before he got to the locker
So it was
room.
boiling.
Oh my God. I think all he had to do was par the last hole to make the cut. And he wasn't even close. So, like, all that stuff kind of adds up. And then you talk about a major championship. Look, I'm not condoning what he did, right? But sometimes we need to, there's penalties for doing the things you do, but also understand the circumstances in which that is coming through, right?
Clark told reporters, I've had a lot of highs and lows in my career, especially this year, some lows. I made a mistake that I deeply regret. I'm very sorry for what happened, but I'd also like to move on, not only for myself, but for Oakmont and for the USGA, and kind of focus the rest of my year on things that come up.
Yeah, and how many weeks ago was that? June.
He said that at the Travelers Championship.
No, but I'm saying
when this happened?
The golf tournament was Father's Day weekend. Was this June 26th?
Yeah.
It's 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I get it. Like being an athlete, you understand the frustrations and how some of these things take place.
It also says at the PGA Championship in May, Clark threw his driver and damaged a sign near a tee box that featured one of his most prominent sponsors. Maybe he does need to calm down.
He does, but I've seen a player, and it's funny. What's his name? Woody. I can't think of his last name. He, in fact, was a golfer in Miami when they had a men's golf team. And he missed a putt, and he broke his putter over his head.
Jeez.
So I think, and this happens in all sports, you just assume if you put the work in that you're going to have success. And success is not guaranteed just because you put the work in. And I think a lot of people think, oh, if I do everything I'm supposed to do, that means I'm going to be successful. And that's not accurate at all. But it doesn't mean you stop the process. And it doesn't mean that it's not frustrating when you've put in all that work and you have nothing to show for it. And I understand that.
You ever see anybody in the locker room damage anything?
Yeah. Everywhere from helmet
Do tell.
to chair to each other.
Threw a chair or broke a chair? Like threw a chair at somebody?
No, I've seen guy go in the locker room, slam his helmet pieces everywhere. I've seen guys. Now, let me explain something to you. For reasons I can't explain, helmets are like basketballs. Very bouncy.
Oh, really?
I've seen guys throw helmets and it bounce back and hit them. And you're pissed off with them, but then you start kind of chuckling because, the anger, he lost the anger battle. I've seen, yeah, man. And the thing is like, I'll give you a perfect example. If I go into a game and I fumble at the end of the game, right? I'm livid, right? If I don't show the proper level of being pissed off, everybody thinks I don't care, right? Think about that. So from a fan's perspective, if you're not showing that type of behavior, then fans think you don't care. And that's not even the facts of it at all either. I'm one of those people that, like, I've made mistakes during the course of a game. I know that. I've seen other guys make mistakes during the course of a game that were outside of their character. But then following it up with anger to your teammates, you need to focus on the rest of the game. So it's a crazy thing. Like, yeah, he wants to move on with it. I'm one of those people on the golf course. I like to let it out, right? Bad shot, let it out, and then be done. Move on, right? If I just try to be company guy, then I'm thinking about it all the time. So I might call myself a bleeping idiot. I might say that was stupid, and then I move on and concentrate on the next shot. You have to have that process in which you move forward, right? And I think he's trying to do that, but he got a little restitution to pay.
Dwayne Dedman was suspended one game for throwing the massage gun, which cost him $32,000.
Yeah, but keep in mind, he's throwing a projectile on. It would be the equivalent to somebody smashing their driver and the head popping off and hitting a fan.
It didn't hit a fan. It went onto the court.
No, but I'm just saying, like, whether it does or not, it's deemed dangerous. And the league then has, and it's all for show, right? Because, yeah, it was tragic what Dwayne Dedman did. Nobody got hurt, right? But at the same time, the league has to show that it cares about those things to the fans. So everybody's putting on this show with how you respond to it, how you fine for it, how you penalize. So you're showing everybody, hey,
you also just can't do it. Like you can't,
right?
You can't get enraged at you can get enraged at your coach. You can't throw a massage gun onto the court.
Yeah.
I remember everybody was confused because it happened.
Nobody really saw it.
And everybody was like, wait, something's on the court. Like the game just stops because Jimmy Butler's dribbling the ball up. And then all of a sudden in the middle of the court, there's a massage gun. And you're like, huh? You could just see him. And the thing that's funny about it, well, not funny, it's scary. Yeah, he came close to hitting 4 players with it. I'm watching it right now.
Right.
And the thing that's crazy about it is you think Dwayne Dedman, you're like, he was kind of a journeyman, whatever. But he's such a behemoth of a man. This is a 7'1" monster. So if he just gets angry, throwing a little machine gun, he throws it like it's a paper mache nothing.
Right.
Because just like little out of rage, throws it back, and it goes shh, like a grenade because a giant is raging. He's a giant. Take a break. Back with more for this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. The All-Star game last night. We are in the Deadsville. Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick still beefing. They need to just fight, huh? You just need to have like an old man fight between both of them.
Who's older?
Oh, Kraft.
Robert Kraft.
Yeah, Kraft is like 84.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got Belichick.
I got Belichick too. I
I
feel
would
like
pay money to see that.
I feel like Belichick can rumble a little bit still. You know.
He's not a fighter.
Well, you saw him get sucker punched one time or accidentally sucker punched.
Yeah.
That wasn't good for him.
Nope.
It wasn't good for him. But yeah, they're still beefing. Apparently Kraft went on the Rob Gronkowski, Julian Edleman podcast, which sounds very mature. And he was implying that he took a big risk on hiring Bill Belichick. And, you know, these guys have already it's already been beef between both of them, basically saying, remember they did that whole documentary and Kraft.
Yeah, but how do you say after 6 championships you took a risk? We're past that.
Belichick.
Right? Like, it's crazy to say, oh, you took a risk on a coach that won 6 Super Bowls. Like, yeah, I'd like to take that risk.
He says, Belichick told ESPN in response to questions, he says, as I told Robert Kraft multiple times through the years, I took a big risk by taking the New England Patriots head coaching job. I had already had a coaching opportunity with the New York Jets, but the ownership situation was unstable. Well, some things don't change. Belichick says he was urged by scores of people to reject Kraft's offer and remain with the Jets, who had just hired him despite the instability. I had been warned by multiple previous Patriots coaches, as well as other members of other NFL organizations and media, that the New England job was going to come with many internal obstacles. I made it clear that we would have to change the way the team was managed to regain previously attained success. It really drives me nuts that the Miami Dolphins couldn't get out of their own way and that this whole dynasty is fighting with each other still over being one of the most successful football teams of all time, and nobody can seem to just agree upon, hey, we all kind of did a good job.
Right.
Everybody's sitting here just being like, oh, they didn't like you. No, I didn't like you, and I took a risk. You guys sat here. You want to know something, Patriots? You bastards don't know real problems, okay? You don't know what real problems are as a football team. Do you know how crazy it is for all of us down here to sit back and watch you rat bastards sit here and quibble about credit over 6 Super Bowls? Do you know how insane you sound? Not a playoff win in 25 years.
Here.
And I don't hear this much bickering.
Let's think of it this way. If we're going to do the risk assessment, right? Who took more of a risk with their success? Kraft hiring Belichick or Belichick bringing in Brady and keep staying with Brady instead of who's the quarterback?
Drew Bledsoe?
Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah,
Who took a bigger risk?
It was risky, but you want to know something?
It worked out.
It worked out. Who cares?
But guess what? Bill Belichick isn't saying I took a big risk by putting Tom Brady in there.
Kidding me? Like, you want to know something? I'm sick of hearing Nick Saban talk about, Drew Brees. But you want to know something? At least he's covering his ass for looking like a horse's ass. He's not trying to retroactively get more credit. Let me ask you something. You guys want more credit? This is what you got an organization that's worth a gazillion dollars for Robert Kraft. Poor you. You got Bill Belichick, who's widely regarded as the greatest coach of all time. For Don Shula, because you quit. Greatest coach of all time. Or you just were with a 24-year-old squeeze. The greatest coach of all time. There is nowhere to hire to get Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, who won then another Super Bowl. and is regarded as the greatest quarterback of all time. And it's still not enough for you three jackals?
Yep.
It's not enough? Like, it's kind of like the Michael Jordan thing with The Last Dance, where I was like, MJ, you need to hose down your teammates too? It's
Right.
not enough that everybody already kisses your ass? Like, this is so stupid. And we have heard about this. And it's not even like this broke up early. Okay, Brady went and won one more Super Bowl. He was 45. It's crazy that he won a Super Bowl. I'm so sick of these guys. See, I deserve the credit for the 6 titles. Take your rings and shut the hell up. We haven't won in 25 years a round. This is crazy. Just like every year, there's a new beef between these dumbasses. Meanwhile, you all were cheating. You're deflating footballs. You're spying on people. Something was going on in Jupiter, a little too happy with an ending. And I got to sit here. You took a big risk. You took a big risk. Who cares? Robert Kraft, you're 84. Bill Belichick, you're 70. I don't know. With a beauty queen who's taking over your empire. You deserve more credit. You're doing fine. You're running a frat house at UNC. I think life's going okay for you. I took a big risk because I could have had the Jets job. And let me just say, Belichick, just if you want to get into arguments, because I know you're new to the hot take thing, never use I could have gone to the Jets as a defense. It's just not smart.
Plus, wasn't he the coach in waiting?
Yes. And then he
Okay.
quit on a napkin.
No, but I'm just saying when he went to New England, he was also always supposed to follow Tuna, right? So he ended up going there for what? How long was he there before he became the head coach?
I don't know. Oh, you know what? I don't care.
I know.
This is the thing. I don't care, Leroy. He took a risk. We took a big risk hiring him. Did you? What were you before him? Nobody. You guys were both losers. Well, Belichick won as an offensive coordinator. But like, enough. How much winning do you have to do before you also need the credit? Who hasn't been giving these guys credit? You know who's never looking for credit? Gronk. Just sitting there, making jokey jokes. Never looking for credit. Doesn't care. Living his life. You want to know what he is? Happy. A happy idiot. You want problems? Like Stephen Ross flying across the country with a GM and then having to give an I'm sorry extension. That's a problem. You got, a scandal getting swallowed up by Bullygate. Okay, we're going to go back 20 years and we're going to talk about blame. That's what you talk about blame over. Who deserves more credit for the 6 championships? Got your answer. It's the quarterback. You two old men, shut up. It was the quarterback and the cheating. Just every year. More infighting on the Patriots dynasty. Oh, poor Patriots.
You're with somebody long enough, it's never going to be cheese and wine all the time.
I know, but you know what? I would understand it if it was a relationship that was dysfunctional but not successful. Then
Right.
throw some stones. But until then, count the diamonds on all of your championship rings and shut up. You're so old, both of you. You guys should be so proud of what you did. I took a big risk. No, I took a big risk. Brrr. It worked out, didn't it? literally couldn't work out better for you two. I get it. Wasn't a great relationship at the end. You very clearly didn't like each other. Jesus. Anyway, July. Take a break. Hour 2 is next. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai. At Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. And last night, the National League won the All-Star game via swing-off after being tied 6-6 through 9 innings. I friggin' loved it. I thought it was great. I had a great time last night. It was Goosey's galore. So if you guys missed it, shame on you. Kyle Stowers, he got to go in there. He was first up for the National League. He got a homer after striking out twice. See, good for him, right? Because it's like Kyle Stowers starts his first 2 at-bats, strikes out. Now, he always remember, hey, I helped win the swing-off. He's part of history, baby.
Part of history.
Power. But it was funny when they go that. He goes, oh, I'm kind of nervous. You guys sure you don't want to go with somebody else? He's like, me?
Me?
Stowers? So it was fun, though. Really great. Marlins will resume play on Friday, hosting Patrick Mahomes' Kansas City Royals.
I tell you what, they go get back at it quick, don't they?
They do. Time to get after it.
Does basketball do it that quick?
Basketball used to do it that quick, and then they wanted a longer break, so they got like a week off. And the All-Star game's only gotten worse. They got to do something about it. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what the right answer is. That because I understand why nobody wants to do international competitions. Everybody gets hurt. But, God, I love them so much. They're so much fun. The Four Nations was amazing. I love World Baseball Classic, even though that's before the season. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, like, I understand the owner's not wanting to do it. You don't want anybody hurt. But there's so much fun. Like, I can't wait for Eurobasket. I'm so excited for Eurobasket to watch Team Sweden and Italy. So great. This stuff is fun.
How about the Four Nations?
I loved the Four Nations. Who didn't love the Four Nations? Now, did it cost us Kachuk for the season? It did.
But then we got Marchand.
We got Marchand. We got Marchand and we got Seth Jones.
Yep.
Wink. The Miami Dolphins, according to Marcel Louis-Jacques from ESPN, they have promoted Chandler Henley to run game specialist. He was teammates with Mike McDaniel at Yale in the early 2000s.
Well,
Coached at Vanderbilt, the Titans, and the Falcons before joining Miami in 2022.
I don't care who's doing it. They better do it with a certain attitude.
Chandler Henley sounds like Yale.
Chandler. Sounds like he hangs out with Wyndham Clark.
He does sound like he hangs out with Wyndham Clark. Well, let me tell you something, Chandler. You better fix this run game, dude, okay? Mr. Specialist, fix it. I need somebody to go in there. I need this line to get right, and I need action early. No team needs a fast start like the Miami Dolphins this season, Leroy. I mean, people are going to jump off a bridge if this team starts off 1-3. Hell, 0-2. Hell, 0-1. This team needs
0-1
fast start, dude. They do. I'm not telling you. Made fun of me last year when I said week 2 against the Bills was a statement game.
Yes,
and
I did.
I couldn't be more right because it was, and it set the tone for the entire season. Not just because Tua got hurt, but also because Tua got hurt. And this year, you start Patriots, Colts. Could you imagine an 0-2 start if they don't beat those teams? They should beat those teams. If you don't beat those two teams, going into Buffalo, so it's basically Buffalo for the season. Like, if you were to do that, oh, my God, I'm already stressed. I'm already stressed thinking
Why?
about it. Just because I don't want this thing to be over because we miss football, right? You
Yeah.
want to just get in there and you want to snort up football and you want to be excited. Could you and everybody's already down, right? But no matter what, football will always provide, right? It'll always in the fall time, you may not have anything, but we got football.
Yep.
But right now, everybody's very sensitive on edge words. If they go into this thing and yak it up, people are going to be, they're going to be so mad. Leroy.
So my question to you is, does it matter how they look, or all you care about is the results?
Early on,
Because here's the thing. I hate when sports and we look back on it as something other than that. And I'm not saying, look, when the season starts, here's what I need to see. I need to see something definitive that you change the way you've been doing things, right? That you are being more consistent on first and second downs with how you run offense. And if I see that, because here's the deal. The better you are on first and second down, the more explosive those weapons on the outside become. But when you're in second and 13, second and 12, and that secondary backs up and says, keep everything in front of me, right? And then your offensive line is not giving you time to pick them apart. That is going to be the same problem they had the last couple of years when they haven't had success. So I'm really interested to see. And again, I don't care what title anybody gets. It's a fundamental team thing that has to get better. And you can put a name on it, you can put a person on it or whatever. But if that mindset doesn't change, I don't care who's the coach. I don't care who's the run coordinator. I don't care who's the offensive coordinator. You're going to have the same results.
It's the thing, though, is like they have, this new line that's coming together and they don't even feel like they're not going to get time to gel because, unfortunately, the crimes of the past teams already has everybody on edge. Probably the owner, too.
Right.
Because I bet you if that owner gets off to if they get off to, I don't think Stephen Ross is going to have a ton of patience for this. I don't think he is.
Right.
I think he's fed up.
Yeah.
I get him being fed up. I would be fed up too. Kai Finn says that Kentucky Finn. Oh, that's what Kai stood for this whole time.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, dude. I didn't realize it.
Oh my goodness.
What? It was lowercase, dude. I didn't know if it was K.
God.
You didn't know. Don't act like you knew what his name stood for.
Here, I
Kentucky
did.
Finn's 5.
I
No,
actually
you didn't. No, you didn't. You had no idea. Do not lie.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to let you do that. Anyway, Kentucky Finn says in the chat, this fan base is on the brink of civil war, dude. We will eat each other alive if we stink 4 games in. I think he's right. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to eat each other alive. I think everyone's going to then unite and be like, it's going to be streets need a body, to coin Vlad's term. Like it's going to be, I need somebody fired if it's
right.
if it's a 1-3 stinker to start the season.
Yeah, but I think it has to be put in context. Like if they look bad, it is what it is, right? If they look bad, it is what it is. But if you see improvement and things happen that they don't win a couple of games, but you like the direction of the team, there's really no reason to change.
You think that people are going to be reasonable if they go out there and run for 150 and lose 9-6?
People aren't going to, and I don't expect them to. I'm just saying the powers that be have to, be more realistic about where they are. Not the fans. The fans are going to be the fans. I like you. Do you? I understand that, right? One of the things that me and you get in arguments with all the time is why you believe things happen and why things are happening. You understand what I'm saying? Because you look at it from a fan's perspective, and I look at it like constructually, how it's constructed, how things put together. Why are they not having success?
Yeah, but the way you're saying it, though, is if they go out there and start off 2-0, but we're able to do it with razzle-dazzle, you're not going to be impressed.
No, because it's going to catch up to them like it has for the last 3 years.
I don't know. Dude.
Like, stop.
What?
You know why this has come to a screeching halt in all of the last 3 years.
You, for your entire life with me, has been like, just take the win, baby. Be happy. You've literally told me that every show.
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that if you went with a whole bunch of razzle-dazzle in the beginning of the year, when you start playing these teams that are the elite of the AFC, right? That junk ain't gonna fly. And so I'm thinking, how can this team be successful throughout the whole year? Not for a couple of games where you have some trickery. So, yeah, I will be happy that they're 2-0. But I will also say this isn't sustainable. And I have proof. You have 3 years of proof that when it got down to crunch time and you had to play the Buffaloes, when you had to play the Ravens, when you have to play the Kansas City Chiefs, when you have to play the elite teams in the AFC, you weren't physical enough to compete with them. So they start off 5-0. I'm going to tell you whether it's sustainable or not. Oh, okay, I like what we're doing here. I like the way they're running the ball. They're being physical on first and second down. It's opening up a lot of things. Then you can use your trickery, right? But it all starts on first and second down. They've been horrible on first and second down, and I've never seen a team that has more 2nd and 13s, 2nd and 12s every stinking week.
He loves the pitch. Like, just pitch it backwards.
Right. So even if they win with a little trickery, it's still going to have context, because what fans want is them to be able to win a game in January, December, and the playoff game. So if I see that all they're doing is trickery and there's no fundamental football, they're not establishing the run, they're not playing physical up front, I'm going to say it. I don't care what the record is. This is not what the goal is. The goal is to have sustainable football in December and January.
Yeah, but they're also at a weird point. Like, do you think McDaniel's really going to lean into that when you're on the hot seat, or is he going to go with what he knows? Because here's the thing, if you're trying to work something, right, and try and work something new, that's usually a process. And when your cheeks are burning because you're on the hot seat, is he going to trust that? Like, is he really going to go to that, or is he going to go with what he knows will work, which is, hey, let's do screens and bubble screens to Achane and to Waddle and to Tyreek, and it's going to look great? Because honestly, they don't really have a hard schedule to start the season other than Buffalo.
But here's the problem. The football that you've seen him, the style of football you've seen him play, is not the style of football that got him here. That's my biggest argument of all this, is that you're saying he's going to go back to Old Faithful. Old Faithful has been running the hell out of the football.
No, but I'm not counting. I'm not counting 49ers. He's the boss here. Whatever Shanahan did doesn't count. Where he's the boss and calling plays counts.
But you understand, and let me be clear, when you played and coached in a certain system, from Atlanta to Cleveland to San Fran, okay, one of the reasons why people bring you in is because they like the style of football that they've seen in all those places, right?
Yeah, but
you can't.
Leroy, that's not why he got the job. He got the job to fix Tua. He didn't get the job because he was a running style quarterback. Because of the style of offense. Like, He got the job because he felt that he could convince them that their broken quarterback he could fix, which in fairness, statistically, he did. But that's not that his identity of the team is not why he got the job.
All right.
He claims he believes in it, but I mean, Leroy, what should we be? What he used to be part of or what his teams have done?
Again, most coaches have the same basic concept that they came from, right? They may change it up a little bit. But when you say this coach has been part of a team that likes to play physical up front and run the football, okay, that's what you bring him in for. Now, he may change that up a little bit, but what I'm saying to you is the football that he's been associated with and that you associate him with has not been the football that we've seen here after the first year. And so from that standpoint, yeah, you can say the trick. I'm telling you this. I believe that the trickery and all that outside stuff has come from the lack of confidence in the offensive line.
You mean the one they're laughing at us about for years?
They were.
Yeah. Well,
So I think he overcoached the situation. Because, listen, I may think that I play with a player that can't do something, that doesn't have, we say that about quarterbacks all the time. He doesn't have the arm to do this. He doesn't have the arm to do that, right? It doesn't mean you don't try. It doesn't mean that you give the defense an advantage by saying, oh, we know this quarterback doesn't have a strong arm, so we're just going to load up the box and dare him to throw.
They completely, rolled over to the defenses last year.
Right. That's my point. And he's come from a place, and the places that he's come from, they all ran the football. The football that I'm seeing out of him is not something that I've seen in all the other places he came from.
Yeah, but why are you taking his past more so than what you've seen from him?
Because
I don't understand that. Like, why do you have? I'm not disagreeing with you. Just to be clear, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just asking, why do you have this belief he's going to go back to something where he was, where we have seen him in charge and having the most control over the game plan and personnel? This is what he's decided. He's picked that. So why should we have faith that he's going to get back to some grassroots of running the football when that's not what he thought led to success down here?
Because if you're smart and you're a coach, you're going to realize a lot more than I'm telling you how insustainable that is. It's not sustainable. You can start off the season that way. Then soon as the leaves start falling and it starts getting a little chilly and you got to play in the elements, it doesn't work. And so every year at the end of the year, you have the same problem. Why? Because you don't run the football. You're not physical up front. Now, when you hire a coach, you hire a coach based on the offenses that you've seen him a part of, the winning football and what has won in the previous spots he's been at. It is shocking to me how this team looks nothing like that, either because of the players you have, either because the coaching that, what the coach thinks of how he should be successful or how he wants to change it up or whatever. I get all that. But where we are right now, you might have a great first 8 weeks. Soon as the weather gets a little iffy and you need to run the football, if you can't, it's going to be the same thing that you had 2 years ago. I wouldn't even use last year. 2 years ago, where you get to the end of the season every team is honing in on their run game and being physical up front, and you can't compete with them. I'm not the only one that feels this way. I'm not the only one that has seen over the past few years, soon as the weather changes, the first thing that everybody in the nation says is this team is soft.
Yeah, but my contention is I don't necessarily think I don't think he's got another move up his sleeve. I think when we say that he came from those places, like I think he brought with what he believes in. And I don't necessarily know that he's going to have this process type, because I feel like what you're saying takes a process. You're going to have a young line, young backs to start going through this and becoming that. And if you start off 0-2, are you going to believe in that?
You
Or are
ready?
you going to go back to what he relied on, which is razzle dazzle?
You want to hear an incredible thing about football and young players?
Mm.
It's easier to run block than pass block. It's easier to be the aggressor when you're young than be on your heels. That's a fact.
I hope so. Because he's gonna have he's gonna have a lot of pressure cranked up on.
Sure he is. Sure he is. But there's a couple of ways to coach. You can coach defensively. That means that you forecast everything that the defense is going to do and you try to coach accordingly. Or if you look at the teams that are successful, we're going to do us and we'll adjust when you stop it.
Timbo Slice says the man won't stop throwing fades to 5'6" wide receivers. You think he's capable of change?
Yes. Yes, I do. Like when you call somebody a good football coach, it means they have the ability to recognize and adjust. I think we think of him as this offensive guru that he tried to outsmart everybody.
Yeah, too Coopville.
Right, exactly.
We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. You believe Mike McDaniel turn around, Brittany? You feeling confident, or ye of little faith in the adorable little nerd?
I have ye little faith. I kind of agree with you, Tobin, in the sense that like he is in the hot seat right now, and he's gonna grasp at anything he has. And all we've been proven with this team is that the trickery works, because when he tries to do fundamental football, it just doesn't work. And with a young offensive line, I just don't see a world where we're not going to get back to that trickery. And then, like Leroy said, it's not sustainable.
Yeah,
I just think with young offensive linemen, the way to get them comfortable is run the football.
I mean, I think that's
the start. And then you've had so much success with play action that it kind of feeds into everything, but it starts there with your young offensive line, right? I mean, think about it. One of the hardest things in the league to do when you're a young player is picking up blitz, twists, stuff like that, working with the guy next to you. You know, you didn't have a lot of that in college. And so to bring in a young player and ask them to do the most difficult thing at his position to start, you're not putting him in a position of success. So what do? You run the football, you have play action, right? All I need for Tyreek and Waddle to have an explosive play is just have one of those idiots in the secondary take one bad step.
Please stop.
That's it.
Please stop calling.
That's
them
all
idiots.
football is.
Please stop calling the defense idiots.
They are.
No, just stop doing that. It's
Dude.
not. It's not okay. It's not okay for you to keep doing that.
Why?
It's just not nice.
Sometimes the truth hurts. Dude, next time we watch a football game, I'm gonna let you watch. I'm not saying they're not great players or athletic or not. I'm not saying that at all, right? They're still amongst the elite, and some of them are really good at what they do. But next time we watch a game, I'm going to point out the stuff that when I tell you is silly that nobody pays attention to.
Are you
so, for example, Brittany, me and you are playing a game of whatever, right? I know your tendencies, right? The worst thing I can do is yell them to you, right? The defense, they get so consumed with letting everybody know they know what's going on, right? That they call the plays, and the offense is like, we got him, because that ain't the play.
Schmieden says, doesn't that mean QBs are idiots since they throw interceptions? Boxed in.
No, not necessarily, because some interceptions are just bad throws, not bad decisions.
Are you So are you inviting me to a week 1 watch party at Casa Horde?
Sure, we can do it.
All right.
We can do it. I'll put the big TV out.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I'm going to point this stuff out to you, and you're going to be like,
I'm like a football sponge, dude.
No, you're not.
Football sponge, dude.
Can I just say, when we watch a football game together, I might as well be watching with Tommy.
It's not fair.
Because I start breaking it down for him, and he gets so like, just what? It's like he's concussed.
It's not true. I love it. He's telling lies, Brittany. I'm like this. I'm like,
Seems a little mean, Leroy.
So I'm just telling, and I say that, and I say there because if I know what you're gonna do, I'm gonna keep it between us so I can be successful. Right? I'm not gonna yell what I think they're gonna be doing and be wrong, because then you look even more ridiculous. Right?
I'm really bothered right now because I'm seeing on television they just had Dustin Poirier on TV. And why is he an underdog this weekend? I'm very confused by this. He's beaten Max Holloway twice already. And he's fighting in his hometown. And Max Holloway is coming off the worst loss of his career. Why is he an underdog?
So that means we got to ride him.
I'm just very confused by that. Like, and I'm like,
You want to save it till tomorrow?
I guess I'm just very,
Okay.
I'm like, wait, what do you mean he's an underdog? What?
Well, wait a minute. The women fought this past weekend and asked you the same damn thing.
Yeah, but this would be the opposite. This would be me saying after Katie Taylor won twice and being like, oh no, this is gonna be like, it would be, oh, we're gonna ride Holloway because he's due. Like, it's I'm going the opposite on this one. Like, he's lost to him twice.
You said Serrano was gonna win. She lost the last two.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, this is flipped. Dustin Poirier's already beaten Max Holloway twice.
Right.
So, like, we're riding the trend, and somehow the trend is the underdog, and I don't understand why.
But you did that. You said Serrano was going to win.
I know what I said!
So why are you getting mad at somebody else doing the same damn thing?
I just think it's weird. Like, what?
Yes,
like,
it was weird when you did it last week.
Okay, but in fairness, when Serrano lost fight number 2, a lot of people thought she should have won. Like,
okay.
Max Holloway has gotten dusted by Poirier twice.
Wait. You literally have a problem with you doing the same thing a week ago.
It's way different.
Wait. So Katie Taylor beat Serrano twice. And we went in the last week. You go, Serrano's going to win. She probably should have won the last one.
Right.
But she didn't.
But
now this week.
But by the judges, it was very close. The judges messed it up.
Okay.
So I thought it should have been 1-1.
Okay.
Max Holloway is a true 0-2 against Dustin Poirier.
All right. I'm just saying, like, you can put a little window dressing on your reasoning or whatever, but it really sounds like you just went the totally opposite side that you did.
I'm not going opposite side.
You are.
Just trying to figure it out. Like, why? Poirier lost to Makhachev? By the way, that was the closest Makhachev has ever been to losing. He almost beat him. He's not going to lose to Max Holloway.
All right.
Max Holloway just got knocked out for the first time in his career. Bees is saying, oh, he's bigger because he's bigger. He filled out. He wasn't filled out last time. Get out of here, dude. Max Holloway, I mean, like, respectfully, Max Holloway is a great fighter. I love Max Holloway. Okay.
Right.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's not Dustin Poirier. Okay. This is it. Like, he's good. He's good. All right. Jim Brown, hit. Lawrence Taylor. Like, that's how I feel. And he's an underdog. That's the thing that's crazy. It's not even that Max Holloway can't win, but you're making Dustin Poirier the underdog? That makes no sense.
Dude.
In his hometown?
It is crazy that you were just on the for whatever reason, you were on the opposite side of this a week ago.
I feel like I've made my point clear on this.
No, I don't care.
I've made my point clear on this.
Wait, so who's the underdog last week?
Katie Taylor.
Right. So you didn't have a problem with her winning the last 2 fights against these two being an underdog. But you do have a problem with Poirier winning the last 2 fights and being an underdog.
But it would be like Amanda Serrano got knocked out by Katie Taylor, then lost a lopsided decision to Katie Taylor, and you're like, she's due. That's what this is. Like, okay, I'll throw the last fight out or the first fight out because Holloway was a teenager, okay, and they were featherweights, and he submitted them. Fine.
Right.
We did that last time, but they fought fairly recently ago, and Dustin Poirier showed himself to be the superior boxer. Size, kiss my ass.
Okay.
I don't know. What are we doing? Strange to me. Anyway, we'll mix things up.
So Michael Beasley says Max knocked out the dude who slept Dustin with a head kick.
Yeah, but MMA math is stupid. It doesn't work out like that.
Right.
Like, it doesn't
like
work.
Just because you were dominant.
Why would you put stock into them fighting Justin Gaethje more so into them fighting each other? I've seen them fight. Weird. Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take it, guys, up until 2 here on the program. It's a hump day.
Hump day.
And what a better day to go get the best dry cleaning in South Florida. And for them, you want to use our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners. The owner's Ira. That's our guy over there. And he wants to take care of our listeners, Leroy. You mentioned Tobin and Leroy when you step into A&T Dry Cleaners. Let me tell you something, my friends. 25% off your order. So what do you got to lose? Call them today, 954-610-9383. That's 954-610-9383, Leroy.
They've been around for 40 years, family owned and run, and they keep it in the family. They can even do same-day sewing. Mama Ira has it on lockdown, so you know you're going to get the best care for your clothes. They can pick them up, drop them off. You can do whatever you need. Guess what? Along with that 25%, along with calling Ira, they service all of South Florida, Dade, Broward, and Southern Palm Beach counties. And guess what? Once you use A&T Dry Cleaners, you'll never launder your own clothes again.
That's the facts, Jack. So check them on out. Love them. Love Mama Ira.
Give them that number one more time.
954-610-9383. Got to get over there soon. I got to get my suit right. Dirty Boxing's coming on up. They just announced yesterday, Leroy, August 29th, returning DBX3 at the hangar in Miami. Got our first title fight going on. The Wolf against Jairzinho Rosenstruck. I got to get a new shirt, though.
All right. Yes. That I was getting ready to say that.
I'm gonna go shopping.
You can go same suit, different shirt, tie combination. Nobody will know the difference.
I don't wear a tie. I live in Miami. I don't live in I live in South Florida.
Get a bunch of different shirts.
Is there anybody in South Florida who's still going with a tie? That like nobody does that. What do you? If somebody wears a tie down here, you don't trust them.
Why?
I don't. Too hot. Especially for this neck. Look at this thing. Look at it. I'm not putting a tie on. Let's get to the mixed bag, huh? All right. The mixed bag here on a hump day. Are you familiar, Leroy Horde, with Kel'el Ware?
Yes, I am.
Kel'el Ware went 3 for 3 from downtown in his last summer league game. I do not know if he's going to play in the finale. I guess I would imagine the Heat are practicing today, and we'll get somewhat of a pulse on that. But he was asked by reporters if he will have the green light in the regular season, and he goes, I'm not sure. Summer league, though, I'm shooting him.
I know you want to play inside, but then sometimes you find yourself on the outside. Do you feel that you kind of have the green light to shoot that when you want to?
Summer league, yeah. Summer league, yeah. But you know, like I said, you got to continue to work on it. You know, hopefully it'll be like that, you know, during the season. So
there you go, Kel'el Ware. Honest Kel'el Ware. Erik Spoelstra, he recently spoke about a former young player who's now going into his third season. He was a first-team All-Rookie, struggled last year, and that is Jaime Jaquez Jr. And at Heat Summer League practice, Erik Spoelstra spoke about Jaime clearing his mind.
He and I just talked about clearing his mind. You know, he spent a good deal of time with us. He spent with Dan and Rob and working on his shooting and working on his player development, working on his body. And then he's going to spend some time in L.A. He's got a phenomenal work ethic. Like, he works out 3 times a day. You know, I want him to, like, play some pickup, you know, in L.A., play some 5-on-5 with those things in mind at UCLA, all that stuff. And then come back out, you know, at some point in August, clear mind, ready to kick some ass.
There you go. That was Spo on Jaime Jaquez Jr. You believe in year 3 Jaime, Leroy?
I just think, like, you know, his rookie year, he didn't really have anything to worry about, right? He could go out and just play hard and whatever. Then he had to deal with some other stuff, you know, and when you're young and you got to deal with other stuff in your sport, whatever that is, either bad shooting percentage, being sick, you know, having to go through injury, things of that nature. Your focus isn't on basketball. It's about being healthy. Didn't he have the bubble guts for half the year?
You know, okay, look. I'm a little sick of you want to talk about being sick? I'm a little sick. I'm a little sick of hearing about the tummy aches, okay? Because you went out, I was sick last year too, okay? Sick of bricks. That's what I was sick of. Okay? I'm going to put it behind me, but if I hear about these tummy troubles anymore, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. Brittany, you have any faith in year 3 Jaime?
No, not really. I feel like I'm sorry.
I feel like I go to you for if it's not an F1 racer, Brittany's going.
It's not true. That's not true. That is not true. That is not true.
I'm keeping tabs.
I just like.
No, just being honest. I watched a lot of Heat basketball last season because I worked the games, and I just feel like he was an incredible liability on the court. I think he hit his ceiling. I think he came off the high of getting drafted and everything like that. I think what the player that we're seeing in him last season is what he's able to offer. And that's like I'm sorry. I'm not negative Nancy. Don't paint me as a negative Nancy.
Well, we can't. But wait
not
a minute.
Downer on SNL. Like
we can't take like a small snippet of what we think his career is going to be and make that the norm, right?
No,
he's had one good year. He struggled last year. Okay, so we'll see this year whether we see something closer to what his first year was or if we see a continuation of last year. But for a second-year guy to already determine he's done or he can't or that's what he's going to be is unfair.
I don't think he's done. I just think we've seen a ceiling. I don't see an improvement. Like with Tyler Hero, when he had his struggles, I could see a world where he would improve and become a player like he is now. I just don't see a world where like Jaime Jaquez is going to have the flip that Tyler Hero had.
Well, I think the trouble for him is like, where is he going to get the ball in his hands? Because that's obviously where
exactly.
Well, he is with the ball in his hands. Like that's his thing. He's a driver. He's a downhill guy. And like, how many opportunities are they really going to give him? Right.
And we already don't have a strong defense. So putting him out there, he's not very good on defense.
Yeah.
So
he actually was worse last year. He was good. His first year, I felt like he was pretty decent. And they threw him into the waters. Like it was like they would throw him on the best player a lot his first year. And last year, I just felt like I was watching Jaime Jaquez out of position on both ends of the court a ton.
Exactly. Right. So that's my point. Like I just feel like there's not a room for him to go into the game when we're already struggling on defense. And if he doesn't find his position on offense and he's not doing well on defense, I think we're going to see another situation like this season where he is on the bench more often than he's on the court.
You know what's crazy? I had the totally opposite career start as Jaime. And because the 2 years were flipped, people had more positivity with me after my second year, right? Because I struggled my rookie year, and then my second year I was really good.
Isn't that normal? Like, isn't that how it's supposed to go?
Not necessarily. Sometimes your style of play connotes success early, but then once they get a little idea of what your game is, right, then you have to start becoming more of a professional, making some adjustments, adjust your game. Like maybe he has to work on his jumper a little bit more because they know he's a driver. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to stop him from driving. Maybe if he only drives to the right. Now, defensively, when they game plan, they're going to try to make him go left. Like these are all natural kind of things that occur during a career. So I'm not going to dismiss the first year because of the struggles he had the second year, because he might not be Steph Curry, but he can improve his shooting. There have been guys who have improved shooting because in the offseason, that's all they did was put up shots. I'm going to give him that opportunity before I just say, oh, last year was who he's going to be.
It happens. I think of like Josh Richardson became a pretty respectable shooter. Like he was not a good shooter early on in his career, and then he said that he worked on it like crazy. So, and even Spo said, I think in that same presser, he was like, everybody improves their shooting with us. Like they're very confident in that. But the things that I wonder about him if he doesn't have the ball in his hands
is how he's not going to be a spot up shooter.
Yeah, and can he be relentless? Like I thought one thing about his second year or his first year was he didn't need the ball in his hands. He was cutting, he was making things happen. It was effort plays. And you know who's done a lot of that and I think is going to probably take all his minutes? Pella.
Oh yeah.
That's who I think is going to take. So
and he shoots the ball from the beginning. He shoots the ball better.
Better, yeah. It's not like he's not like I honestly think Pella's going to be our Swedish TJ McConnell. That's what I think he's going to be.
Yeah, and the hustle with Pella is just leaps and bounds different than Jaime Hawk is.
Well, see, here's the deal. What Pella has done, and this should be a lesson for all young players. Pella earned his minutes on the floor without scoring.
Yep.
Even though he can score, even though he can do some stuff on the offensive end, his energy and his motor gets him on the floor.
Yeah, I think he just leads Jaime in that dog in him.
Right. So that's kind of where we are. But come on, man. Like I don't like people are so like
what?
Just
people. He's talking about Leroy.
You have a bad couple of minutes or a bad in life, and people are like, done.
It was more than a couple of minutes, Leroy.
He was sick half the time.
It was twice.
Why
it happened twice.
Why are you making it
like a total of 2 games?
You make it sound like it was one of those like old war movies, like MASH. Like Jaime was sitting there on like one of those cots at every time. He's like, "How did we do tonight, guys?" Shh, you rest.
He struggled last year. I'm not saying he didn't, but it's not like it's year 5.
It's not year 5.
It's year 2. Now it's year 3.
We'll take a break. Speaking of the Heat, we got an update yesterday on the Heat regarding Terry Rozier that I'm very confused about.
Yep.
Take a break. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Wednesday. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello, guys.
Oh, how are you?
Doing my best. How are you?
I was good till I saw Hunter put on in the chat. Tobin is Jaime Hotcakes Jr. And then I was doing less good. I was doing less good after that. Then but it is what it is. You rascals in the chat, you know how to do it.
Don't let them get to you, Tobin.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from with 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. We got Rats Off a Ship coming on later this hour. Did you watch the All-Star game at all yesterday, Jennifer? Did you enjoy the swing-off?
I'm very sorry to disappoint you, but I did not.
Oh, well, it was fun. I'm sorry for you.
I know, you're
apologize to
excited.
me. Don't apologize to me. I enjoyed it. The swing-off.
I know. That first segment was intense.
It was I just didn't, I don't know. Baseball's been singing to me this year. It's something about it. Something about it.
You know what? You deserve this because it's been sad to watch.
I've never been as excited for a team 7 games under 500. That's not true. The 06 Marlins. I like that team too. That team was also a really respectable but fun team. If we could just get Sandy to not suck.
7 games under 500 is respectable?
Oh, yeah. For the fish? For the fish? That's respectable.
All right.
We got, we keep our eye on it, baby. We're like, right there, baby. We're right there. Kind of. What are they in the wild card? 7.5 games back is doable. It's doable. I mean, it's probably going to go to somebody in that West, but it's doable.
All right.
It's doable.
You say so.
We'll see. We got some things. If we could just get Sandy to not suck.
Which is something I never thought I'd ever hear.
Yep. Me either. Maybe the All-Star break would do good for him, Right,
Yeah.
Scooby? Exactly.
He's looking for cuddles right now.
So yesterday, something came out that I was like very taken aback by because
a do-over.
I was lied to. I was told this was over. And then yesterday we got fake out. Never mind. Because if you guys didn't hear, Terry Rozier is apparently not cleared of any wrongdoing with the gambling probe, which only is getting more headlines around it because Malik Beasley also roped into it, and it basically cost him a $40 million contract with the Detroit Pistons, which is why they have Duncan Robinson now. But while this stuff was all breaking, Shams Charania a month ago was on the Pat McAfee show, and he just kind of threw out there like, yeah, Terry Rozier, he's good, baby. This was on the McAfee show a month ago. Shams Charania, ESPN's senior NBA reporter.
Terry Rozier, I believe, had an investigation, but then that thing disappeared. So hopefully he has been cleared. And if that is the case, hopefully we know that and we can tell the world about it. It's happened in football.
Terry Rozier, as of right now, it has been cleared. I mean, he finished the season with Miami. There's really nothing really active as of right now with him.
That's good. That's good news.
The NBA spokesman Mike Bass did give a statement to me yesterday. He said that the league is cooperating with the federal prosecutors. So the league essentially, I mean, this is a federal matter now.
All right. So he just puts out, hey, Terry Rozier. When you hear that, Leroy, do you not assume that Terry Rozier's all good, baby?
Yeah. I mean.
So then yesterday.
But when they said it's a federal issue, then that doesn't mean that federally they.
But when he said it, yeah. But that wasn't when the Rozier news broke. That was the Malik Beasley stuff. And he made it seem like Terry Rozier is clear. He's not being investigated anymore. We know that the league cleared him. The league cleared him back when this was first an issue. It wasn't until the feds came in and was like, we're still skeptical on that. But Shams came out and was like, yeah, he's clear, baby. Now, did he like clumsily do it? Yeah, it was a little weird. But yesterday, Pablo Torre on Pablo Torre Finds Out did this whole deep dive on the Malik Beasley case, and he was doing this with Tom Haberstroh, longtime NBA reporter, used to cover the Heat on the Heat Index, big stats guy, but has was helping Pablo in the reporting of this story. And he comes out and he goes, Terry Rozier not cleared.
Jeez.
Here was Haberstroh on Pablo Torre Finds Out.
A few months ago, this news broke.
Now to a developing story. The NBA confirmed Thursday that suspicious gambling activity surrounding guard Terry Rozier in a game nearly 2 years ago is now being investigated by federal prosecutors as a part of the same probe that led to the lifetime ban of former Raptors player Jontay Porter. Now, at the time, Rozier was playing for the Hornets.
So Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, who's under contract with the Heat as we speak, he became the second player after Jontay Porter to be publicly identified as a part of this federal investigation into sports betting. And what I'm told is, contrary to Shams Charania's reporting, is that Terry Rozier has not been cleared of any wrongdoing, only that his name came up in the existing federal investigation.
Huh? What do you mean it's still going on, dude? Still? Chris Haynes, by the way, also comes out yesterday with a tweet, and he did the old breaking news thing where he's like, even though he's not working for ESPN, and he throws it out there too. He goes, yeah, Terry Rozier still getting investigated, not cleared of any wrongdoing. To which Leroy, the Heat are going to go into another season with this hanging over Terry Rozier, because let's be honest, right, dude? He's not playing this year. Even if he's on the roster, they just traded for Norman Powell. They drafted a guard. They extended Davion Mitchell. They have Tyler Hero. We already talked about Pelle Larsson and Jaime Jaquez Jr. There are no minutes for this guy on this team. Like, it's quite obvious. And also still being investigated. Did the Heat do anything about this? Like, is this, because they already handled it last year. They had him still on the roster. There's not really any protocol for you to do this because it's in the hands of the feds. It's not like you could suspend him. He was cleared by the NBA. But, like, isn't it weird? Because Leroy, he was so bad last year. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off. But he was so bad last year. Obviously, he wasn't on the take. He just stunk. But if you were to say, what would somebody on the take look like? It would look at times like that. Remember that Cavs game? Oh, that Cavs game. He had a really great Cavs game his first year, and then he had last year's Cavs game, and oh my God.
You done?
I think you're okay now.
When Shams said it was a federal matter, that should have told you that he wasn't done. Federal indictments or federal investigations never just go away. And once it becomes federal, until you hear it from the federal government, it is safe to assume that they're still looking into it.
Yeah, but I never know. See, with Shams, he broke that Trump had COVID. I don't know what sources. This guy knows everything. Like, this guy, I don't know where Shams, he may have federal sources because he was like, yeah, he's cleared.
But he was cleared by the NBA.
No. We already knew he was cleared by the NBA. When he said he was cleared, he made it sound like he was cleared of investigation.
All right.
He lied to me. You lied, Shams.
I mean, does Shams work for the federal government?
He might. I mean, he's got a lot of info.
Okay, well, then, like, again, I don't know. Somebody was mentioning, who was it? Ridley? Here's what Ridley did. There's a rule in the NFL that you cannot bet while on the grounds of an NFL facility. So a lot of these guys that got caught were making bets in their car while on the Wi-Fi of the building. And so that's how some guys got suspended or
He was also, and he was injured. He wasn't even playing.
Right. But that's how that. So if you're in the locker room and you go, the Marlins are playing, I want to bet on the Marlins, right? If you make that bet on the Wi-Fi of your facility, that is deemed a penalty. And that's what happened to Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, the NFL is super strict about that stuff. They had that with some Lions too. He's the most famous guy, but it happened with a bunch of guys who got suspended for a year.
Right.
The thing that's different with the Rozier, the Beasley, the Jonte Porters these are games these guys actively were in.
Right.
That there was action on them that people found to be suspicious.
I mean, listen. All he need to do is give us a call down here and say, you think his play was suspicious? No.
Nope. That's
it
just
was bad.
It was suspicious from what? No, but here's the thing, though. This is why. Okay.
Well, see, you're trying to put pieces together and explain why he was so bad, and that's what you're coming up with.
Leroy, he was a pretty good basketball player. His first when he was healthy with the Heat, and he started getting into it. I was like, this guy's pretty good. You know, all right, he's not Damian Lillard, and I would never give up a first-round pick for him. That was a terrible trade. But Terry Rozier has been a very successful offensive basketball player his entire life.
Yep.
He looked like a G leaguer last year.
He was a looter in the riot.
Understood. I get that.
From my understanding, the investigation comes from when he was with the Celtics.
No, I think it was the Hornets.
Oh, I mean, because I remember I saw like a bunch of people putting clips from when he was with the Celtics of just like clear, very suspicious play.
See, the thing is, what they investigated was a game that there was unders on him, and I think it was from 2023 that he got injured in. But the thing that was with Terry Rozier is I don't think he played the rest of the season. So that's why I think the NBA cleared him. But I think what's going on with the federal investigation, and again, I don't know all the details. They're the feds. But there apparently is a gambling ring that involves multiple players. So maybe that's why he's still involved. He's not, maybe there's not enough stuff forthcoming about what he knows. Does he know these individuals? I don't know. Because even with the Malik Beasley, what was reported with Pablo Torre yesterday was Malik Beasley, there were a lot of unders bet on him, and that this guy was going and trying to rebound like crazy. So was he pulling an okie doke on gamblers? I don't know. There doesn't seem to be any clear proof other than Jonte Porter. But the one difference between Jonte Porter and Malik Beasley is Jonte Porter banned from the league, suspended for life.
Right.
Malik Beasley, that guy just lost a $40 million contract. Terry is the only guy who's still on a roster. And I just don't know what the Heat are supposed to do about it because they didn't say anything about it. They're like, we're going to go to the league statement about it. But it now is still like, hey, this is still around. And what's up with that? Just nothing? Just nothing? We ride it out? I'm just confused. That's all. I thought it was over. Shams lied to me. Maybe, or was deceptive with words.
Or they lied to Shams.
He was duped?
No, but I hear what Leroy's saying because at the end he's like, now it's a federal problem. So
Right.
I feel like he was cleared by the NBA, and then now from that point,
Right.
it became a federal issue.
But to clear up, he was on the show talking about Beasley being a federal thing. Like, that's why I think what's getting lost there for you guys is it was already when Terry Rozier got investigated last year in January by the feds, he was already cleared by the NBA.
Oh, okay.
Like, that was already done. That's why it was like, oh, well, he was already cleared. Like, that whole statement was put out, but the federal investigation wants to look into it. We're cooperating. When he's coming out, you got it all right, dude? You got a voicemail or something?
I tried to
Is it
delete them,
Lisbeth
but they
again?
start playing.
Yeah, they got that autoplay.
Yep.
And nobody's asked Spo about Terry Rozier either. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, it's just been like the unspoken thing. Is it just because, like, hey, we know he's not going to play?
Unless he sucks so bad last year, they reopened the investigation.
Go look at those Cavs highlights and you tell me.
I worked that game. Believe me, I know.
Do you not remember him falling on his face, Brittany?
Of course I do. Of course I do.
But here's the problem. I think what makes it worse is when you're struggling and you have this hanging over your head, everybody makes the assumption that this is why.
Yeah, because I was basically like, oh, when Sham said that, I was like, oh, okay, so they investigated. He just stinks. Like that's just what we came to the conclusion to. Not on the take, just terrible.
My question is, what's more of questionable activity? Terry Rozier, who struggled all of last year, or the fact that the Dallas Mavericks ended up with the number 1 pick?
Oh, that Mavericks conspiracy. Put a federal investigation into that and that stupid
That's
thing.
what I'm saying.
100%.
That's what I'm saying.
Get the feds on that. Take a break. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. You guys want to go to Counting Crows? They're bringing their Complete Suites tour to Hard Rock Live July 22nd. And we'll give away a pair of those tickets before the end of today's program, as we are in the quiet time of actual sports going on. Baseball will get going back. But I'm telling you, just put the swing off in the rest of the season. Like, let's, there's no need for reviews. The reviews are glowing. We don't need to do these ghost runner extra innings anymore. You found something brilliant. Props where props is due. Keep it going, dude. That's what I need.
And it's fun.
And it's fun. Perfect 3 swings. Hell, you can make it 1 swing. I don't care. Have a modified version of it. Pick one guy. Whoever hits the most out of that. I'm good. You don't even need to do 3 rounds of it. But God, it was good. Oh, loved it. The Heat will be back in Summer League action tomorrow. I don't know who's playing, though. And then I believe they have one more game on Friday. They got an extra game they throw in there. Just for a little bit of
they're
action.
not in the playoff?
Yeah, one more game. And I'm going to feel like that's going to be a lot of Eric Stevenson and Javante Cook and the Russian, Vlad Golden. You see that they said that he wrestled when he was growing up. I was like, wait. He was a 7-foot Khabib? Fascinated by this. Ira Winderman had a great article the other day in the Sun Sentinel about the Miami Heat and just how international they're becoming. And it is cool because it's like that used to not be their thing. But now they got a guy from Serbia, a guy from Sweden, a guy from Lithuania, a Russian, technically a Canadian, and Andrew Wiggins.
Yep.
It's the most international the Heat have ever been. Could have their own
Which
World
might
Cup.
explain a lot.
What?
I mean, what style of basketball is farther away from what the Heat do? European basketball.
I guess.
Right? So there's that.
I mean, the truest one is Nico, because Nico, like, drafted from Europe, played in Europe. 2 of their guys, they played college ball.
Right.
Schmeathan said, and a guy from Bumville named Terry Rozier. That's not where he's from. He's from Cleveland.
You guys.
Technically. What? I'm telling you, they need to make Goran head of international affairs, Leroy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Just make it happen.
Make it happen, Tobin. You guys are friends, right?
I mean, I've never had brunch with him. I would like to.
You can.
Pancakes with the dragon.
He sees your stories.
Pancakes with the dragon.
You think he's a waffle guy? I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't know.
Make it a segment on the show. Pancakes with the Dragon.
We tried doing that with Leroy during the pandemic. With cooking with Leroy.
I cook breakfast.
He did. He cooked breakfast.
He scooped bagels.
That was weird. I didn't like that at all.
What?
I don't like that you scooped your bagels. I still don't like it.
That's how the eggs and bacon fit.
What?
Huh?
You just put it on the bagel. You want to make it like a little fort.
I scooped the bagel, and then I put the eggs and bacon and cheese and whatever in the
He
in the
gives
mold.
them a wall.
Yeah.
That's very odd.
Right. I really just don't understand. It's like you want to make it like a fortress of solitude for the eggs. You're gonna eat them.
Yeah. But guess what? It's a clean eat. You don't have to, if you just toast a bagel and put the eggs on top of it, you get little eggies all over the place. I build my eggs a moat, and it's easier to eat.
It's not really a moat. Like a moat.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm
Like
pretty sure you still spill.
Like a moat for the eggs would be like you put like a little bubble around the eggs. You built it like a foxhole.
Yeah, I built my eggs a foxhole. Easier to eat.
They're sitting in there like a little bagel hammock.
Yeah, exactly. Delicious.
Whoa, man. So if you guys want to go to Counting Crows right now, caller number, what do you say, JF? Who do you want to give it to? Caller.
You know what? Let's make it easy. Caller number 3.
Caller 3 right now to 305-567-0560. Caller 3 to 305-567-0560. You're going to go see Counting Crows on The Complete Suites Tour at Hard Rock Live, July 22nd. Caller 3 right now to 305-567-0560. We'll win the tickets. We'll take a break. Rats Off a Ship is next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get to our favorite Wednesday game. Rats all for shit. Pa. Jennifer will give us some topics. We'll decide whether our rodent asses are jumping in the water or not. What do you got for us today, Jennifer?
First off, we have Jalen Wright on new plays. Mike McDaniel has been cooking up.
Dolphins running back had some things to say about it. Let's hear what he had to say.
Ask about the mad scientist, the offensive guru, your coach, Mike McDaniel. He's also got the creative play calls. Have you been putting in any new plays or new wrinkles this offseason that you're excited about?
Yeah, Mike, you never know what he's going to do. You never know what kind of plays he's going to come with in practice. He sometimes he gets bored. He switches a lot of things up. So, just him, just knowing what he's doing and, just the things that he does, it definitely works. He's definitely smart, and he definitely knows how to use everybody's skill set. So, yeah, it's going to be great.
All right. What? Go ahead. Decide. Your rats are in. You've already given raspberries.
Rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
Because again, that sounds like nothing that is needed for wins. Sorry.
When you say your coach is bored?
Yeah.
That's already a red flag to you?
Yep.
You're like, he's already thinking of Razzla. Mike McDaniel sitting back there, and it's like, let's just go ground and pound. And he goes, what's wrong, Mike? We could really use a flea flicker right now.
I'm telling you right now, if he starts the season being too cute, he won't finish the season. I'm telling you.
I mean, I'm going to say I'm not rats off a ship just because, Jalen Wright's his second year. Maybe, oh my God, that's an adorable rat. I'm going to say I'm not rats off a ship just because I don't feel like he has the cachet to say anything non-political.
Right.
I feel like he wants to not step on any toes. I didn't like hearing that Mike McDaniel gets bored because I feel that way sometimes. But I'm not rats off a ship just because I feel like year two, he's not going to say anything. That's how I feel with that. What about you, Jennifer?
I'm rats off a ship.
Oh, okay.
I agree with you, Ryan. You start off cute, I'm done with you.
Did you make that rat with AI?
I did. I was playing around with it.
Why do they look like fish?
Those are really scary rats.
I thought it was so funny. It's so chaotic.
Since when does a rat, when going into water, get into a tuck position? Right?
That's why it's AI.
Brittany, where are your rats with Jalen Wright's comments?
Right off the ship.
Wow. Man, nobody believes.
No, it sounded like he was trying to convince himself.
Yeah,
he's
got a lot of great plays.
No, absolutely not.
In the words of the promo.
The last coach to take over a team that was considered offensive guru that I can think of was my old coach, Brian Billick. And he went on to win the Super Bowl by having zero offense.
That's true.
They went 5 weeks without scoring an offensive touchdown, and he was an offensive guru.
What's number 2, Jennifer?
Brace yourself for this one. We have Nick Cannon. Apparently, he is hosting a relationship advice podcast. Let's remind ourselves that he is a father of 12 with 6 different women.
Wow. Well, I'm not rats off a ship. Sounds like he's been through it all.
That's like Hannibal Lecter giving food takes. I mean, what are we doing?
He was very good on America's Got Talent.
Wait. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. He is good at his job.
Very charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, I need some relationship advice.
I wonder what Nick Cannon would do.
It's not going to be from a guy who could field the whole basketball team. with reserves.
So you're rats
Is
off
it
a ship?
safe to say, yeah, you're rats
off a ship?
Okay.
Rats off a ship.
I mean, first of all,
So chaotic.
those. If that was Nick Cannon, he's too close to the female rats. He needs to jump off the ship over by himself and take a break.
It was Nick Cannon as a horny rat. He'd just go find a seahorse.
Like he's a professional breeder. Like they should start naming his kids like horses.
Oh my goodness.
Like, just different. Like, oh, the filly and the mare of this group out of the stable.
Never been a teaser horse, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, he ain't never been a teaser horse. Nope.
Jennifer?
Is this show sponsored by Blue Chew?
Nope. That man don't need no Blue Chew.
I'm rats off a ship. I feel like this can go either very left or very right. I mean, no, if you were good at relationships, maybe you wouldn't need all these women. And I mean that in the most respectful way.
I mean, I'm just saying. 12 kids with six different women.
Yeah, but maybe it's like
That's who we going to for relationship advice?
it's not always the star player who's the best coach. You got to have your warts. So like Magic Johnson didn't succeed. Probably a bad example for this.
He
But
can
Magic
probably give a
Johnson
lot of
didn't-
advice on what
Hold
not
on.
to do.
The saying is, if you can't do, coach.
Right.
Okay, but he can do. He's been doing way too much. So I don't know if he should be coaching.
I'm saying it's
He's
whatever
a
way you
Hall of
spin
Fame
it.
breeder. He is a Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Fame breeder.
I'm
Well,
rats
how
off
else do you explain it?
Made him Seattle Slew.
Yeah. Like he got horses running in all the big events, the Triple Crown, Saratoga,
Breeders' Cup.
Breeders' Cup.
That's his cup.
Right. Like what do we like? Do you understand how crazy this sounds?
I kind of want to tune in and find out.
No, you
For
don't.
that first
You
one.
want to see the train wreck.
Yeah, of
You
course.
want to hear? Wait, because here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Nick Cannon could possibly give somebody else some good advice, but you're gonna come in here and say, "This guy has had 12 kids with 6 different women, and he's not heeding to his own advice."
Brittany, where are your rats with the Nick Cannon relationship podcast?
My rats are on the ship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because listen. From my understanding, Nick Cannon has a great relationship with all his baby mamas, and
Okay, I didn't know that.
consistently with one of them, and she loves the fact that he has other children, and has these relationships with these other women. So like maybe he has something figured out that none of us have. So I'm here for it.
Let me tell you something, Miss Brittany. That's how it works in the world when you have a lot of money. Okay?
Yeah.
I do not. So having a bunch of baby mamas would be drama. Oh, in the real world, it's drama.
Tyreek Hill couldn't make it work.
Yes!
And
right!
Nick Cannon is making it work.
Can
works
he be
for
a
him.
guest on this podcast?
It works for him, so why not? Let me just. I just want to hear him out. I just want to hear him out.
I'm not. No. I'm fine with hearing him out and having great relationships with all his kids and all his baby mamas.
That should be applauded within
That-
itself.
That is a fine job of both parenting by all the people involved, right? To be able to have that good because we've seen how when people break up, they get evil. Okay? I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you have a daughter or a son, are you going to say go talk to Nick Cannon about relationship advice?
No, I'm just saying I want to hear him out. I just want to hear him out.
I'm definitely subscribing.
I want to. I want to
You want to hear
out.
You want to hear him out. Like when he opens up his closet, the 76 Lakers come out. Right? What are we going to do? Coaching staff, training staff, cheerleaders. He got all the bases covered
Exactly.
What
He's
are we
setting
talking
his
about?
kids up
Maybe you want advice for him?
generational wealth. He's
Maybe
doing
he's a super dad. You don't know. We could have color coordinated calendars when we walk in.
Here's the thing.
exactly. You've never heard of Nick Cannon being a deadbeat dad.
I am not disputing what kind of dad Nick Cannon is. This has nothing to do with that.
I'm busy when you said
right? Like we like don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad dude. I'm not saying he's a bad father. I'm not saying he's bad with relationships.
Not saying anything.
But if I'm going to have a conversation with how to make a relationship work, and the guy I'm having this conversation with has 12 kids with 6 baby mamas, you're not going to go in there and go, what the hell he know about relationships?
What's number 3, Jennifer?
The Lakers reportedly expect LeBron James in training camp because he hasn't asked for a trade or a buyout.
Rats off a ship, damage control.
Okay, cool.
We know where this is headed. By the way, the Dallas Mavericks reportedly not into trading for LeBron James. So you do with that what you will. Not saying that to anybody in particular, but I'm rats off a ship. The Lakers, they don't know what they're doing.
Rats off a ship.
I'm rats off a ship on everybody making these assumptions of what LeBron's gonna do. Right? Like, camp is coming up. LeBron hasn't said anything yet. What if he never was ever gonna say something? And that's just all this nonsense these people are spewing.
Evan 11 says, timeout. Brittany wants to hear Nick Cannon out, but doesn't want to give Jaime another year to improve.
Right.
That is a great point. Very excellent.
I draw the line.
Has Nick Cannon hit the roof?
No.
Has he?
I want you to go to the menu, Brittany. I want you to find the button that says
No,
boxed
this is-
in.
No,
And then I want you to hit that button.
This isn't
No,
fair.
listen. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Brittany. Let me just say this.
They don't have anything to do with each other.
When one is boxed
Nick
in,
Cannon isn't going to win me a championship.
When one is boxed in, it's never fair.
With that team, yeah, he will.
Yeah, maybe he will win us a championship with his kids. But in my expertise, he's not going to win us a championship. So that's not fair. But it's fine. I'll put myself in the box.
No, my goodness.
Wow. Y'all getting on me? Smeethan just got on me about assumptions, and then you put that up?
Schmeathan says, Nick Cannon has a better shooting percentage than Jaime.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness. So crazy, bro.
Anyway,
look, every time he leave the bedroom,
3 to the head. He's doing the grenade like Ja.
Wow. Somebody said, hey, Leroy, according to Vegas, your favorite NBA player of all time would be heading to Indiana. Why would he go there and Tyrese is out for the year? That makes no sense.
The people are saying LeBron's going to Indiana.
That's what Jordo said. According to Vegas, your favorite NBA player of all time is heading to Indiana.
Oh, man. So where were your rats with LeBron?
My rats?
Yours or mine?
Yeah, yours. Leroy's.
I'm rats off a ship on all this where LeBron's gonna go or whatever. Until I hear from LeBron, I don't want to hear it.
All right. Jennifer, your rats?
Yeah, same. Until it comes from the source. I mean, the main source. What can I say? Rats off a ship.
Brittany? Were you with LeBron? The Lakers saying they expect LeBron in camp.
I'm rats off a ship. I need to hear it from like everybody else. I need to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yep, I agree. Number 4, Jennifer.
So this is something that I just kind of learned about. And by learn, I mean I know nothing at all. Labubus? Is that how you call them?
That is what you call them. You call them Labubus.
Labubus. Well,
what's that?
Apparently, there's someone way more informed than I am, and that is Roberto Luongo.
Bobby Lou?
Bobby Lou! Instead of putting pasta this year, he put Labubus in the Stanley Cup.
I am not allowed to be rats off a ship on Labubus, but I feel like it's going to drain my wallet because my daughter just got into Labubus. And I don't know what the hell they are either. I think
Okay, I was gonna say, is there any way you can explain this to me? 'Cause
I don't
know
understand what they are. I know that they are a very popular doll. That's I think like the new Pokemon where like people unbox them. I saw Megan Thee Stallion did it
with
but she did something more than just unboxing there.
But I don't know the origin of them. I've seen grown folks wear them, which I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'd have that as an accessory at my ripe age of 38, soon to be 39.
They also look creepy. I don't like them.
They are creepy. No,
They're
are
very creepy.
They look. My daughter has 2 of them now, and they look like voodoo dolls. I think
they look like they come alive at night.
Yeah, yeah, they do. They do. But I can't be rats off a ship for fear of wrath from Sophia. So I'm gonna stay away from it. Leroy.
I'm looking at these things. Is that the mouth that's wide open like that, looking like a little terror?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. It looks creepy.
It's like frightening. Like, how is that? I'm rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
Jennifer?
Look, I don't like teddy bears. I don't like stuffed animals. I don't like any of that stuff.
None of that's
They creep me out.
Why are you
I don't trust dolls. And yeah, I don't trust
What
dolls.
did you snuggle with? A bat?
Yeah, that's gonna keep me more
A
safe at
spider?
night.
Like, what did you?
Ew,
what did
don't
you
say that
snuggle
ever
with
again.
this
Stop it.
What did you do?
What did I do? What?
Like as a child, what plushie did you hug as a kid? A guitar?
I actually did get guitars, yes, as a kid. I just don't like them. I feel like people put cameras in there and they just watch us.
Wow.
Really? Like,
yes. I feel like dolls are very demented. Sorry.
At times, I've always wondered. And then you say things like this. And it confirms my questions.
It all makes sense.
What are your questions? And how does it make sense?
You make it sound like you were born and you were 20. Like you just skipped all of childhood.
I mean,
like I can't think of a child who didn't want a doll.
I mean, I wanted Barbies, but like even then, I wouldn't play
Did you
a lot
punk
with
rock your
them
Barbie?
unless like I had my cousins over.
It's like when you were in the crib, your mobile spun around and it played My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Every onesie was black.
Yes, but that's Jennifer. You do understand that's the way you make it sound. You make it sound like your childhood, right? You had black nails, a guitar, and like just God critters floating around you.
I watched a lot of horror films, okay, and so
I would feel like Labubus
I've seen
would be up
things.
your alley then because they're scary.
Right, but no, I don't trust many things, and that's why I don't trust dolls.
100% Tyler Hero's wearing a Labubu to the podium next year. I
1,000%, and I'm
guarantee
super rats off a ship. I don't like them.
I guarantee it happens. Tyler Hero with a Labubu. It's going to have a Heat jersey.
Her dad was a bodyguard. She played with empty gun mags.
Brittany, what do you think about the Labubus?
I hate the Labubu trend. I think it's so stupid. I absolutely hate it. I love stuffed animals. I'm not like J-Fic. I love stuffed animals. I'm a big jelly cat girl. Love jelly cats.
Another thing.
What is that?
jelly cat?
Wait, what's
You don't know what a jelly cat is?
Hold on. Let me
So
look it up.
cute.
They're also not cats,
No, they're not.
which
Okay,
I don't
one second.
They're
understand.
so cute. I have a little ravioli, and I have the basketball. His name is Troy, after Troy Bolton from High School Musical.
Of course.
They're so cute, and I would want to see those in the Stanley Cup, not these freaking Labubus.
Wait, where did these come from? From what years is this? And are they
This is,
stuffed
like,
animals?
recent. This is recent. This is
They're
recent.
both recent, J-Fig. I'm losing a boatload of money on this for my 13-year-old.
But Tobin, since you know
Why
about
are
jelly-
they called jelly cats?
I don't
don't
know.
know.
I'm very confused. I bought her one because she wanted one. I was like, oh, let me go to Amazon. It was like $70.
Yeah, they're but isn't it
And
so
I
much
was-
cuter
For
than
that,
Labubu?
I can make you one of those.
People are buying Labubus for $100 and something
It's
dollars
crazy,
off
no.
StockX. Like, let's get serious, okay? Jelly cats are much more harmless.
Well, still the
They're
jelly cat.
teddy bears, people.
The
They're
jelly cat
stuffed.
still. I had to go to Jellycat website, JFig.
Yeah, I'm on it now.
Wasn't a cat. It cost me, I think, $30 for a stuffed bunny. I could find that exact same stuffed bunny that wasn't a Jellycat for $10 on Amazon, but it's not an official Jellycat.
That's where your first mistake is. The bunnies aren't where you need to go. You need to get the amusables with a little
what?
The amusables.
Yeah, I'm looking at the amusable. Wait,
this is like saying Disney
Wait,
10
let me
times
explain
over
it
and
to
over. I
you.
don't know what
Hold
this
on.
means.
I'm
gonna
looking
show
right
you
now
guys-
at Amusables Peanut, right?
Isn't it
And
so
basically-
cute?
Wait, and basically, it's a stuffed teddy bear with one ear, no arms and legs, and two little legs. Same thing. Hold on. Can I put this on?
Yeah.
Sure.
So look, that's a teddy bear. That's an Amusable Peanut. They look
Yeah.
the same except minus arms.
Okay, look, I'm going to show you guys. For my birthday, my cousin got me the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to show you the picture of me when I opened it and my little basketball and the excitement on my face.
Wow. That is a lot of joy, Brittany. I'm
Brittany,
happy
you
for
look
you.
so
Is this a
happy.
basketball with legs?
Yes, look at him. He
That's
has little coins
creative.
on. He's so cute.
See, he looks like a potato.
You know what?
It's cute like
The
that. in
M&M
pictures.
peanuts have legs too on the commercials.
But like, what do you do with them? You just put them for
He sits on my
decoration?
shelf. He sits on my shelf. Hold on.
Oh.
Sits on the shelf for heat culture.
Mm.
That is Rats Off a Ship. Take a break.
Off a ship.
Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM, streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. You guys can watch there. You missed the Tobin and Leroy show. Go back and listen to it with the Tobin and Leroy show podcast. And, of course, streaming live free on the Odyssey app. That is where you guys can listen to us live, rewind, all that stuff for you. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai. At Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. Just had some news drop down from the Florida Panthers as we have the official opening schedule, regular season schedule for your defending champion Florida Panthers. It has been released, and the Panthers starting with a 3-game homestand, Leroy.
Excellent.
So you get to see the Cats in action. We already know about that dumbass 5 o'clock start that they're doing to us. What?
Some of the things you choose to have beef with, too much.
It's not too much. It's not too much. It's not too much to ask for respect.
He's just asking for respect, Leroy, and I agree with him.
Yeah. What is this? We're just sitting here being like, you know, it's a good time to put on the champions at the same time that like sitcoms are on at home. Reruns are on at home. Like, come on, dude. Panthers will open up the season on October 7th at 5 o'clock in Chicago. Then they will take on 2 days later the Philadelphia Flyers at home at 7 o'clock. And then we got the Battle of Kachucks. The Ottawa Senators come to town Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Brady versus Matthew. Hold on to your seat, Grandma Kachuk. Although I think she normally goes to the road games.
I miss her. Bring her back.
Do you think that she ever like pinches Brady's cheeks? She's like, don't worry, you'll get it one day. She's like, thanks, Grandma. Exciting. Then the Panthers go out for a 4-game road trip. Philadelphia again, at Detroit, at the Devils, and then at Buffalo. Then they have 5-game road trip. Then they have 2 days off. And then you have, I'm going to love this. Brad Marchand's return to Boston with which will feel more like it's soaked in a little bit because now he's a champion. It's not like that quick turnaround, that weird game where he was there. But that gets going at 7:30, and the Panthers will be back for 3 more to close out the first month. Penguins, then the Knights on a Saturday night. A lot of Saturday night Cats at home. That's kind of cool. And then Radko Gudas. Oh, that'll be actually an interesting game. The end of the month, Leroy, Joel Quenneville returns as head coach of the Anaheim Ducks.
That's awkward.
Why? I don't know why Quenneville reminds me of the head coach from Major League.
Because of the mustache.
Yeah.
I think one of my finest questions ever in the history of interviews was when I looked across at Sergei Bobrovsky and I say, hey, Bob, Joel Quenneville, what do you think of that mustache? Just lost it.
What did he say?
Just laugh. Like it's his thing. But you can just tell, like, it's like this guy, he doesn't ask about the hockey. What about his mustache? Sorry. It's the first thing you think about when you see
why
him.
he likes interviewing with you.
We like to have fun. By the way, you know what I just realized the Cats have on their website? You guys should go check this out. They have what's called when you go there. It's now they just replaced. It's called the 2025 Stanley Cup Tracker. And so if you want like a full recap to follow where it has been, like it'll tell you exactly date by date where everything is at right now. So yesterday, or a couple days ago, they have the AJ Greer tour, the parade, and then they have the Labubus Roberto Luongo Instagram post. So who knows what it'll be next, but the Panthers have an official tracker if you want a full recap of all of that thing. So
I actually love that.
yeah, that's the place to be at right now. ESPYs are tonight, 8 o'clock. Panthers are up for best. I feel like, you know what I'll do? This is normally what I do with award shows these days. I catch it all on Twitter. I feel like anything that's really viral, like I can't remember the last time I tuned into an award show, because anything that's viral or of note, it's going to be on social media.
There's 2 times where I found myself watching award shows. When Kanye went up on stage and when Will Smith slapped who slapped Chris Rock.
Slap Chris Rock. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I found out about that on Twitter. I was like, wait, what? I remember I slept that. I woke up the next day and everybody was talking about the Will Smith. I was like, what happened?
Yep.
I mean, it was crazy. That was one of the. I'm sure if you see, like, I'm sure that was one of those where like you had to be watching live and thinking to yourself that had to be it.
No. Didn't look like it.
Dade Sav says might watch the Shane Gillis monologue. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be interesting. See how hard he goes at the athletes. I'm always curious about that. Can the athletes take a jokey joke? We'll see.
Yeah, that's all we do all day.
That's what. Yeah. Well, I'm asking him.
And let's also keep in mind. Here's where you got to be careful in these award shows. When the joke is about you, the camera's going to immediately go to you. You can't be a poor sport about it. Otherwise, everybody's going to see it.
That's right. That's right. So you got to be aware in that situation. But yeah, I'll check that out. JFig, you're providing this is from Cup Tracker.
So I'm looking at that right now, and they gave a description of what Labubus are, and they're popular plush toy monsters from China. Apparently, they are the same thing as Beanie Babies in the 90s. I don't think I ever had a Beanie Babies, by the way.
Beanie Babies didn't have teeth like that.
Mm-hmm. They were creepy.
Interesting. Well, I'm happy for Bobby Lou. Like, at least he's having a good time.
At least he looks adorable next to the cup like that. Look at that smile.
He's having a great time. So good for him. Good for Roberto. It's not pasta. He's being.
How do you beat pasta?
I don't know. Didn't Sam Bennett say he wanted to eat Captain Crunch out of it? That's good. So, yeah, Cat's back in action. There you go, everybody.
T Sizzle says Tua gets a Labubus when he gets hit.
That's
wow.
He's right.
Point for Twitcher.
We'll take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. All right, Leroy, we got to get into our bet of the night, but I want to give you a time to spring it on you. So next segment, I need you to get us some winners for this damn tournament, all right? Like, we got to figure out we got to take, like, we got to pick, the old 5 for 5 where we bet $5 on 5 guys. What do you want to do?
Yep, we can do that.
Get after this, the Open Championship. Does it start tomorrow? What time does it start?
1:00
in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow. Am I gonna be able to watch that in studio?
I think so.
Oh, good. Need some action. Let's go. Get some live betting on some putts. Get after it, dude. While we get to that, though, Dwyane Wade. Dwyane Wade was on his podcast from the Y Network. Had some takes on the Heat's recent moves. The Heat legend first was asked about the Kel'el Ware situation. And, Coach Spo calling Kel'el out. And this is what Wade had to say on the young big man and needing to heed the advice of his head coach.
Been playing well and he looked good. And they was like, Spo. So this kid has a special talent. He was like, he does. But he needs discipline. He needs consistency. He needs to be professional. Bro, you don't hear people saying these things.
Man.
And he could have easily just talked about what he did from a basketball standpoint, but he's saying he could be really special.
Yeah, he can.
If he bought in.
Yeah, he just got to buy in. You got to buy in, bro, and that's hard.
That's hard.
It's hard at first. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if he just understands that if he buys in, he's going to be great.
Yep.
He's going to be great. Just buy into greatness. And greatness is uncomfortable.
Coming from Spo, though. Spo with the leadership.
Like, Spo been around. Greats.
You know.
Spo got Hall of Famers. He coached Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Spo's been on the championship. He's been in the foxhole. Yeah. If you want to listen to anybody, you listen to Spo. Them guys. So if young fella want to be great, buy in. Buy into what they selling.
There you go. Dwyane Wade on the Y Network. So first of all, first couple of summer league games have gone well from Kel'el after the call out. I don't know if he's going to play in the other remainder of the summer league games because Pella has left. Pella's gone to Sweden. So we'll find out if this is going to be really young summer league team the rest of the way, or if Kel'el will continue to be out there. But we'll because I don't know if everybody's staying out for the whole thing and if they're leaving Vegas, getting the hell out of there. But it certainly was out of character for Spo. It's not typically his deal. So if he did pull the lever on that, I don't know if we got maybe we'll get. I would like it if we got to a season, Leroy, where we got shooting from the hip Spo.
Right.
Like all of a sudden he's just like Tyler's a turnstile. Pew! Jaime Jaquez building a brick house. Pew! Instead of like covering everything up. Like what if Spo just got to that age? You know how like Riley told him he's got to go away. He's got to reset. He's he needs to get away. What if Spo just came back and he's like, you know what? Last season I held too much stuff inside. It bought me nothing because I tried to cover up the whole Jimmy thing the entire time and he burned me. And now he's just shooting from the hip Spo. He's just letting it fly. You think there's any shot or this is just a one-off?
I think it's just a one-off, which I personally think he should have been this hard on him last year when the season was a waste, right? When you realize that this team wasn't going to be, I would have put more pressure on the young guys. I would have put more demands on them. I would have put more expectations on them last year. So this year when they come in, they know what's expected of them, right? I don't want to have these conversations now after they've been playing for a year.
The one thing I say that we don't know that they weren't behind the scenes doing it. Like, I think the thing that makes it different is that it's public. He's not putting that stuff out in the ether. And I think if everything, he was doing it pretty gently, saying, oh, he's like, he could have sent out there and been like, dude rebounds like a gnome. And he could have said that, but he did. He's like, oh, he's learning through, he's always political Spo. He's like, he's learning through a fire hose right now. And he's taking it all in. He's doing his best. He's very young. I don't know. Spo got to Sin City. He's like, nah, bleep that. I'm I'm saying he's got to be more professional. I will say, I bet you those texts between D Wade and UD about this, because UD with that 3 rebound game with the 28 minutes, he was not happy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he was not. And I think that was especially, I think he did that like after UD was praising him on national TV.
Yep.
That's what you do? You give me 3 rebounds in 28 minutes? That's what you did? D Wade also gave some thoughts on Norman Powell. They got a little bit of a bromance going. And Norman Powell, a lot of admiration for D Wade. This is what he had to say on the Heat's edition of I Got the Power.
Man, one thing I remember about Norman, very early in Toronto, and I know when young guys come in, they have some respect for me. Like, guys show it or already. But what I loved about him when he guarded me, like, you can see the admiration in his eyes, but you can see like he wasn't going.
Yeah.
Like, and I love that from a young guy that comes in and knowing like God, like how we all are, like, man, I'm guarding Vince Carter.
Yeah, fanboy out.
Yeah, but then at the same time, you like, all right, I got a job to do, and so that's what I recognized right away when he guarded me, and I remember just early on just having some conversation back and forth on the court, him asking questions, like laughing because I hit him with a move that he saw his whole life, like we just good chemistry, good vibe, but just a great competitor, out there on that floor, man, and that's what Miami loves. Miami loves competitors, and Norman Powell is that, and so. That's another step in the direction that, you want to see Miami turn to get this thing right back on track and not go too far away from it. So that's a good one.
There you go. D Wade on his Y Network podcast on Norman Powell, which Norman Powell was obviously very fired up about joining the Miami Heat. A lot of respect there, the way that way Norman Powell plays. Although, much more of a, he can get downhill. But he does have that 3-ball ability. We'll be interested to see what the Heat do with that. But it's good to see D Wade fired up from him because I feel like he was giving the Heat the business the last time after the whole KD thing. He's like, I didn't like the KD search then. I didn't like it now. I wonder how he feels about the LeBron reunion.
Imagine those texts.
Yeah, those would be some texts.
UD.
Be like, hey. Well, UD was kind of going on TV, and UD was going.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine those texts.
Wink. I feel like D Wade would throw cold water on it. He may say, bigger picture, let's go get Luka. That's maybe what he's thinking.
Really? Doesn't he own part of the Jazz?
Yeah. And when is the last time you've heard him talk about Larry Markkinen? Never point never, dude. Go ahead, Brittany.
I think realistically, what can we give for a 40-year-old LeBron? Like,
Great question. Because you just got to make the math work. But here's the thing. If he's making a stink, it's 2 things. 1, nobody wants LeBron making a stink.
Fair.
All right? Let me tell you something about the old. When the old are cranky, nobody wants him around. Secondly, he's got a no trade clause, so they can't trade him anywhere he doesn't want to go, right? So if he did want to go to the Miami Heat, your options are going to be limited on what you're getting back. We know that they've perused around the Andrew Wiggins aisle, right? I would say, it's just me, if I was spitballing it, I would throw something together. You're losing the king. Luka's going to be very ball dominant. So you give him some role guys to put around him. I would say we go Bronny for Wiggins, Rozier.
Oh, yeah.
Highsmith, Jaime Jaquez Jr.
I like everything but Highsmith.
Well, I understand, but you got to make the money and you got to make the salary work.
I mean, I understand that.
And
It's hard because at the end of the day, he is aging LeBron, which, like, I know people are going to come at me for that, but he is aging. So it's like, are you going to give up? Like, Jaime Jaquez, I don't care. Terry Rozier, I don't care. Which situation is the fact that he does seem to want to not be in Miami and that the Lakers are high on him. But obviously I can't expect them to trade LeBron for just, like, straight up Andrew Wiggins.
But here's the thing. You got to have the money to work around a $52 million player.
Mhm.
It needs to be very short-term money because they don't want to commit to anybody long-term. And it has to be a place LeBron wants to go. It's not exactly like there's a boatload of teams you could drum up a market for.
No,
So
yeah.
if the whole point is getting him off the Lakers because there's all of a sudden this frostiness that's around there, your options are not fit. Like, even there's a report today that the Dallas Mavericks are not going to be in a spot where they want to give up. They'd have to give up like 4 of their players to get in just LeBron James because of cap space situations and all that type of stuff. There's just not a ton of places to go for him. So it may just be LeBron has to just kind of eat it and go through a season with the Lakers. And that's probably what it'll end up.
Happen.
That's probably what's going to happen.
Because the only way he gets traded for nothing, essentially, is if he makes a stink out of it, which from our experience with LeBron, that does not seem like the case.
Because even if it was LeBron, hey, I want to go back to the Cleveland Cavaliers, which would probably make more sense because they seem more ready to win. The Cleveland Cavaliers are in the second apron. It's like you'd have to shed salary to make a deal. So they're not buying him out. And he's not going to have this place to just go wherever he wants.
I just think it's weird that we're having all these conversations without any words from LeBron.
Because that's how he likes it.
I mean, how do you know he's not thinking like Brittany said that, yeah, this is going to be hard to me. I'm just going to take this money, ride this out, and then be a free agent next year. How do you know he's not thinking that?
I don't know how he's thinking.
Okay.
I literally said that's most likely how it's going to end up. But if there's real frostiness and the Lakers don't want that, and I'll tell you another thing that is important with it. If Luka doesn't sign his extension this year, which he may not, he may want to see, do I trust the Lakers? Maybe I want to do whatever I want because guess what? I got traded from a team I didn't want to get traded from, and I'm going to take my matters into my own hands.
So wouldn't it be kind of shady if he would then go sign an extension with Dallas? He can't do that, right?
If he were to then go sign an extension with that, with who?
Luka.
So you mean like go back to Dallas?
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine that Nico Harrison would have to get shot into the sun for that to happen.
Because he doesn't want Luka.
Doesn't want Luka, and you called him Fat Boy.
Yeah, you just look.
You called him Fat Boy Drunk.
Wow.
Kind of. He kind of said that. Stuff got leaked. So, like, no, I would imagine if you're Luka. So, like, here's the situation. Like, if the Lakers are in this spot, Leroy, we know who their golden boy is now. All right.
Yep.
A slim Slovenian all of a sudden.
And do you blame him? I mean, LeBron has to know the reality of it.
I don't know. You're LeBron.
I don't think
I
he
can
does.
get like some people are allowed.
You don't think he understands that they did it for him in Miami?
Well, but here's the thing with LeBron, he basically rebuilt the brand of the Lakers, right? Like the Lakers were sitting here with like a bunch of no names and Swaggy P and D'Angelo Russell, right? And so, like, he brings them back. He goes there. Yeah, he want to probably make movies and stuff like that. Sure. But you don't think that he looks at it and goes, you guys sold for $10 billion. You didn't even tell me?
Why would he need to know?
Because they told Luka.
Oh, okay. Check this out. Shams Bomb, BO buyout official.
About time.
Guess what? Still don't want him.
He's signing with the Clippers. I see it on TV.
Okay.
Not surprised. Hopefully they I wonder how much I wonder if he took enough for them to do the stretch or if he put the screws to him.
No, he put the screws to him.
You have no idea. You can't just say facts. You don't like
Dude, wait. We just spent a whole hour saying what LeBron's thinking.
Yeah, it's a big story.
Okay, but you don't know. You can't say anything. You don't know the facts.
I'm just saying you don't know that. Like we could just wait for a second and find out, and you're just like, nah. He put the screws
they
to
bought him out.
No, I know they bought him out, but did they buy him out? Like, did he give up the $14 million so they could stretch his contract? That's what I want to know.
No.
Take a break. We're gonna pick some winners. Leroy will figure out who we're gonna bet on the High Open. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. All right, let's get to our Hard Rock Bet of the Night, which is sponsored by Hard Rock Bet. Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida, the place to bet on your teams today and every day. Hard Rock Bet has props, parlays, and play-by-play betting, and the no-regret first bet up to $100. If your first bet doesn't win, you get your money back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. You must be 21 and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. All right, Leroy, tomorrow is the Open Championship, but it starts in the wee hours of the morning before we're back on. So
Yep.
Who are we going with, dude? Let's get some players to rock with in this thing.
So Scotty Scheffler is the favorite. Throw him out. Rory played well last week. He's going to be in the mix some way. Xander Schauffele won last year. I'm going to go with him too. He's not He's American as they get.
Yeah, but you say his name sounds like Schauffele.
Okay. Now, I'm a big fan of Bryson and Ludwig, but they haven't been playing well. So we're going to go down a little bit, pick a couple of wild cards. Sepp Straka. Guy's been playing pretty good this year. I can't believe that the longest odds on the list that I have is JJ Spawn. What do we know about JJ Spawn? Just won the U.S. Open at one of the most difficult golf courses in the world.
And what is his? What are his odds?
10,000 to 1.
Okay, plus 10,000. Like that. All right, we're going Rory. We're going Schauffele.
Yep.
Who was the other guy?
Sepp Straka.
Sepp who?
Seppstraka.
All right, he's plus 4,000.
Oh, he moved. It was plus 5,000 on my list.
No, his current odds right now. Rory is plus 600.
Yep.
Schauffele's plus 1,750.
Yep. Now we have one more. I'm gonna just run through some names. See what you like. Victor Hovland, the guy is great, but he can't win. Terrell Hatton, he probably get kicked out of the club for cussing or breaking a club.
Gotta get anger management.
Shane Lowry is an interesting pick because it's his local club too. So
he knows it because he's
yes.
Is this Ireland? Is this where it is?
Yeah, him and Rory. So that's a tough one because he hasn't been playing. He's been playing okay. Matthew Fitzpatrick, he's been playing pretty good. I tell you what. If you want to go with some live guys,
live.
Joaquin Neiman has been playing lights out all year. Here's one. You ready for another long shot? Patrick Reed.
I don't like Patrick Reed, dude. Something about
Nobody does. Nobody does.
I don't like his.
But he can golf.
All right, fine. So, just so we're clear, we're going Rory.
Yep.
He's in. We got Xander Schauffele.
Yep.
$5 on him. We got Sepp something or another.
Sepp Straka.
The hell did he go? Sepp Straka. Okay. Bet on him. All right, bets in. And I got Rory. Ugh.
Xander, you got Patrick Reed.
Xander Schauffele. Okay. And
I mean,
JJ Spawn.
You want to go JJ Spawn?
I thought you said we're going JJ. I don't have him at plus 10,000 though. I have him at plus 7,500.
Well, I'm just my thing is I'm just wondering why is he so down there? I mean, there's some other golfers who've been playing really good. Russell Henley been playing really good.
Look, I've picked 3. Can you give me my
I got
2
4.
that we're locking in?
I got
No.
Rory, Xander, Sepp, and Patrick Reed.
So we're in on Patrick Reed.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure.
So do you want to? I'm just going to give you all the guys that have been playing well. John Rahm has been playing well. Bryson, Joaquin Neiman. He has no majors. Russell Henley been playing well.
What about our resident Panthers fan, Brooks Koepka?
Nah, he's not back yet.
Not been
He's
having
not
a good
back
year.
yet. Yeah.
Minwoo Lee?
Nope. He's a little bit too erratic.
Should we go with Mr. Anger Management himself, Wyndham Clark?
No, he's
What's
got
the
0 chance.
0 chance.
He's been yucking it up.
All right.
And when they ask him after every round about Oakmont, then he might trunk slam again. Chris Gotterup, he just won. And
He's
what
plus
was
7,500. He won last week, right?
he won last week?
I'm Is he
You know what?
American?
Who?
He's American, isn't he? He's from Oklahoma.
Yeah. How
have
about
any-
I'll give you 2 choices.
Is our only shy Rory?
Yeah.
Where's Sepp Straka from?
I'm
kind of liking. Who did you say? Who's Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick and Shane Lowry are all from.
Who do you like better, Lowry or Fitzpatrick? I feel like we should go with a high shy.
I think wow.
Lowry's 2,500. Fitzpatrick's plus 4,000.
Lowry's been playing really good.
Karen says, "I hope you guys don't lose so much that you have to sell your Labubus."
I tell you what, let's go Shane Lowry. But it's tough when you're in your home. You know what? No.
No? Okay,
I want
all right.
Russell Henley.
Russell Henley.
Yep.
Where the hell is he? It's not on my list.
So are we going 5 apiece or just $5?
I just went five golfers, $5 a piece.
Okay. All right.
Where the hell's Russell Henley? Okay, there he is. Got him. All right. We're locked in. $25 spread out. We got Russell Henley, Patrick Reed, Xander Schauffele, Rory McIlroy, and Sepp Straka.
What are you talking about? Wait, Rory got us our money back from the last major.
Oh, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, we didn't. We didn't bet on him for that one.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
We did. I gave you my 5 winners. I still have them written down. We did.
The last major wasn't even that one.
No, that was U.S. Open. Nobody had J.J. Spawn. I promise you.
Just tired of his ass. Enough of him already. So, all right, there you go. That's our action. We'll follow that golf along tomorrow. That's our Hard Rock Bet of the night. And then, of course, we got Heat basketball back tomorrow. We'll see who's actually going to be in action for that. SB's going on tonight as well. Panthers, got a feeling they're going to screw you. You deserve to be best team. There's no other back-to-back champs. So if I watch that today and you guys don't respect the Cats again, I'm going to be very upset, making a stink tomorrow about it. You could be sure about that. You could be sure about that, dude. So we'll keep the focus on that and see where the Cats are at. And, Labubu away, dude.
Jeez.
What does that even mean?
I don't know what that means, but I love the fact that Roberto, if anybody was going to find a way to make it something with the Cats, it was going to be Roberto Luongo, who just looks like he's having the greatest time.
He knows how to trend.
He does know how to trend. That guy knows social media, but you know what the best part about him is? He doesn't even say it's him. Like, we all know it's him, but like it's he doesn't put his name on social media, and we're just like, yep, here he is. Just back up to antics, because that's what Roberto Luongo does. Shenanigans and antics, and he's adorable. And that's why we love him, and that's why he's a Cats legend.
Agreed.
Up in the rafters, now in the cup twice. Gonna have Sergei Bobrovsky right next to him in the rafters. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's our show for today, and we'll talk to you rascals tomorrow.